outer space. So cover and duck, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, we go party till we black out. So get the fuck up.
A pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
So cliche, I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, hard, baby. Yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass empty. How about I get another drink, baby, drink, baby? Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. But when you got
Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Rocket Core Weekly. We are back. I know you missed us. I missed you. And most of all, I'm very happy to work with someone new for Rocket Core, someone who I have casted with before and enjoyed very much. It is once again the illustrious Mikey. Hello and welcome.
Hi, how's it going? How's your day? I think it's been it's been a bit of madness trying to get this lobby going. Finally gonna get into it. You know, it's my first time on Rocket Core. Second day in a row casting with you. Feeling pretty
Yeah.
pog about the day. How's it going over there, sir?
It's going quite well, actually. I'm very hyped and very happy to be here once again to get this Rocket Core show. It's been one of my favorite casts to do, and we've been on a hiatus because of the Elemental series, which a lot of people enjoyed. We have a couple of good teams for you today, back for the weekly. So I hope you're all excited and ready, because what teams do we have on the field right now?
So at the minute, we're going to take on in round 3, Stay Fresh versus Young is Better. It is match 51. Both teams are coming off a victory. Both teams got a bye in round 1. Berlin Banger fell to Stay Fresh in their match, and Young is Better beat RC Neptune. So, you know, both teams hopefully going to be warmed up. Not too sure after the amount of time we've been waiting, but I don't necessarily know these teams very well, but they've got through the round. they're in a good place right now, and now is the time for them to step it up and get their game on.
Yeah, Stay Fresh is definitely like to talk about the teams a little bit as we can get them into the lobby now as soon as possible. Uh, we have two teams with very interesting histories, especially here for Rocket. Stay Fresh has been one of a long running teams of Rocket Core, and before that Eurala as well. And on the other side we have Young is Better, which if we're talking about whiskey or me, I think we're completely wrong there. But fine, if they want to prove themselves, I want to see it happen. It's a pickup team for it's a looking for team pickup team with Growly as one of the players. I'm very curious to see him play and everybody else. We are on our way finally. Let's get this going.
Absolutely, coming straight off the kickoff there. Ended up in the youngest better area, and Swift is going to go up for the challenge, but it is met by Aimu. It's going to be sent back downfield now. It is in the area. Swift with a slight little whiff there, unable to do anything with it. And is that rotation going to be good enough? So Rice just going to try and get rid of it, unable to do so. And straight away, Young is better at up by a goal to nil.
Yeah, it started off very good, and Sorius just couldn't get the ball away. The touch there, bouncing off the wall far enough for a shot to happen for CRR. Not what you want to do. If you want to get the ball and you get a touch there, you want it to roll up the wall, so it's not very threatening. So still some things to work on, but a very good start for Young is Better.
Absolutely, taking the lead fairly quickly as Swift is going to end up in the air. Dorito is going to go up for it. Envoy.
I believe that is Growly. Or at least it should be Growly.
These are some confusing names. Can we just have the in-game names the same, please, people? But I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna try to remember Growly as the name. If I don't, I apologize. But I'll give it a go. Sierra's gonna go up for it. He sends it up. He's gonna bounce it off the backboard. Gets the setup. It is in the center. Everybody misses it. And Growly's gonna go up for it. Growly with the dunk. It hits off the crossbar. It is still in danger. And Envoy is just there to be able to methodically just control it and stop it. And the counter-attack is on.
Yeah, the counter-attack, not just losing a bit of speed here, so not getting the pressure you would want from it. But after that, they do follow the ball up reasonably well. They're trying to stick with it and keep Stay Fresh contained as much as possible. Because if you can keep it in the blue half, they'll never be able to score. So good early tactics here from Young is Better.
Absolutely, a great tactic. You know, you've just said it there. If you keep it there, and you know, the one thing that I say all the time is if you keep breaking down the wall, eventually it will go in the net. And if Young is Better want it to go in that net, if they keep punching down that wall, eventually the net will be open. As the attack is coming in, the demo comes in from Aimu and Envoy. And it's just sat in that corner at the minute, sent into the middle. Aimu's going to go and bounce it off the backboard. He's going to go for a double touch by the looks of it. Envoy is just there to come off the backboard and get the save. Still in that corner though, and the pressure is still on, but a clearance comes in. But again, Aimu's just able to just send it back. They are keeping the pressure up and they are not letting it out of their sight. And as I say that, it is out of their sight now and it is in the center. The setup is there, but unable to do anything with it.
Yeah, no faith there from Swift that the ball was going to be in front of the net. Great chance squandered for Stay Fresh. And they're going to have to look for another one, and they need one within the next 2 minutes, of course, if they want to tie this one up. Going on down in the best of 5, not the end of the world, but not the start against a team that looks very strong.
Yeah, they do look very strong, don't they? As Rice is going to send that back, and Sierra is going to go for the block fairly easily. He's going to go for the dribble now. Envoy challenges it, propped up into the air. Swift is going to be there to challenge it, and it is sent to the Young is Better half. Envoy's going to go for the shot, but Grizzly's just there to block it. Again, a great rotation from him. The shot comes in again, but Sierra, another great rotation from him, able to get that save fairly easily. It's now just sat in the corner, bounces off the wall. Swift with a great touch into the center, and the shot was there, but it was just off target. And at this point, 1 minute 35 on the clock. Who is taking game number 1?
I mean, if we look at the clock right now, it's going to be Growly and his team, especially with a second goal hitting in. The defender not able to clear his lines here. The miss is crucial. And of course, calm, collected Growly. He might have lost me the bet, but at least he might be winning this game.
Yeah, 2-0 in game number 1 in this best of 5 series. Who's going to move on to the next round? And bit of a difficult kickoff right there, and it is in the center. Aimu's going to get the clear, though. It comes off the backboard, sent into the middle, but Envoy just gets a great block. Envoy's just got that rotation is just on point from this team at the moment.
Yeah, they're keeping up, but that's about it. They're keeping up because of rotation, because skill-wise, Stay Fresh is not completely on the level here with Growly and teammates. As you can see here, bumps even for goals are being used. So individual control is what makes Young is better than Stay Fresh for now.
Yeah, you can clearly see that there. A great mechanical play, a great block into the net, and 3-0 up, 55 seconds on the clock, and they're going to really have to switch it up if they want to get anything from this game, and I don't think they're going to be able to with that limited time left. But it is sent back downfield now. CRR gets a block into the middle, send it to Grizzly, sent up on the backboard. It's just in the middle of the pitch yet again. Stolen by CRR though. He is going to be the thief of the matter right there as he just takes it with ease. But Envoy is just going to send it back downfield, but it's stolen yet again. Swift with the great block sends it back into the middle. But CRR has just got that rotation and they are keeping up in that regard, but they still, this team, they really need to do more, and that is actually in. I had to hold my breath then. I was not sure if that was going in or not. But Envoy with a great shot there off that pass from Swift just slots it into the net. That was a great little play.
Yeah, great little offensive 1-2-3 there. After a bit of pressure, finally getting a pass into midfield. That's a bit low and quick, gets them some results. And that is what Stay Fresh need to focus on. Those are the kind of touches they want. Because if they start hitting and passing the ball high, you just see it here. The speed for Young is better is just faster. So you can't really beat them in the air, and you'll need to take low passes to get past them. But again, quick answer from Young is better. They just want to keep Stay Fresh on the back foot.
Yeah, 11 seconds on the clock. And this is going to be a very, very difficult one. And, the one thing I was going to say was that, they just lost that momentum that they had. But instantly, they just hit back with more momentum. The shot comes in from CRR, very wide, though. And Young is better are going to take game number 1 fairly easily there.
Yeah, Young is better individually, pretty darn strong. They're working through their speed, mostly in the air. They just outplay their opponents here, there, and everywhere a little bit more than Stay Fresh is doing right now. I'm wondering if Stay Fresh can come back from this, because as we saw, the passing plays that they're doing, the way they want to play through that are working, but they're not enough yet. And especially those long-winded passes, there's always going to be someone back from Young is better, because they are just that quick. So the passes need to be shorter and they need to be a little bit more precise. But from that moment on, I think Stay Fresh can start answering the aggression we see from Young is better.
Yeah, I think Stay Fresh for me. They're gonna need to step it up if they want to take anything from the series and make it on to the next round. Ultimately, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And with this roster right now, they were just really slow on getting there. They didn't get the blocks that they needed to, and unfortunately, that really cost them that round. The rotation needs to be on point, and hopefully we will see that in game number 2.
Yeah, and of course, for everyone who hasn't checked into it yet, there is a prize pool that we are playing for. It's 25 pounds, it seems. It might be pound or 75. It's no, it's 25 pounds a person, or 25 euros a person. I think that, I'm not sure. I'm not up on my science. I think I'm just a bit of an idiot, but we knew this. But 25 a person, 75 in total for your team. A lot to work on, and we are getting into the action quick in game number 2.
Yeah, straight off the bat, a shot comes in. Swift with a great block there, and this is going to send it back up. He's going to go up with it. He's going to get the double touch on it, and a little pinch comes in between Sarias and Grizzly. Gets sent into the middle again, and CRR looks to do something with it, unable to do anything with it, but Aimu is just there to slot it home. And this game has basically started the exact same way that the last game ended, and it is just 1-0 already.
Yeah, quick answer, quick getting off of the donut for Young is better. And that is, once again, the speed. Once you get that ball up, once it goes that quick, there's just a very high likelihood that one of the Young is better players is going to be there to beat you to the ball.
Absolutely, and you've got to be as quick as you can at this point. As much as you need to be methodical about what you're doing, you have to be quick. And the shot comes in from CRR. The block is there though, and Grizzly's going to send it up. He sends it into the middle. The shot is there. The rotation isn't enough, but it hits the crossbar. How did that not go in? I for sure thought that that was the equalizer and the goal that they needed.
I think the crossbar just said no. They apparently don't like what Stay Fresh is cooking up right now. Maybe here's a good chance. The block is there as well, but CRR stays with it and Growly follows up quite swiftly. Now Emu trying to play that ball forward. Again, the quick counter attack is happening, but passing plays for Stay Fresh are their bread and butter, and it's looking decent, but just not enough. They need to be a bit more accurate, and they need to start giving that ball. Just need to stop giving that ball away, because for now, that was a beautiful flip from Growly, and for the rest, yeah, it's mostly that. Pretty from one team and methodical team play from the other.
Absolutely, and as you see, CRR is going up for it yet again. He's going to bounce it off the ceiling. Grizzly is there to catch it and send it towards the middle. Imu's going to get another touch on it, and just what a play! This team are a team, and they are playing as a team, and it goes into the middle. The communication is on point from them, and it just ends up in the net every time. What can you do?
Communication from them as they double commit something. I mean,
Well, true.
not the greatest of rotational choices there, but they're just so sure of themselves. You can understand, because they are young. Yeah, they say their team is young is better. That's their statement. Young, like youth, also brings with a cocky kind of certainty where you know you can hit the ball, and if you do that well and you are good enough, then that is a great weapon to have. And you can see that young confidence on the field in every move they make.
Of course, the old man is going to turn around and say that the youngness brings cockiness. I would challenge that statement, as I'm only 21. No big deal. I will fight you on this. But the shot comes in, and Envoy gets the save. Sends it out to Grizzly. Grizzly comes off the back box to get the save. Swift ends up sending it back downfield, and it is in the center again. Rice is going to go up for it. Bounces it off the corner, and at the minute, it's very back and forth at the moment. It seems like a bit of a game of ping pong.
Yeah, a little bit of a game of ping pong, but that is exactly what you would want if you are young is better, because the more time you can waste with that, the better it goes. But what a beautiful attack. The save, though, from Swift, able to make sure that they do not fall further behind. Now they need to come up with an answer, though. Can they do it? Because they keep getting beat to every ball, and even Swift now, no boost in the corner. A bit of a sad man situation. Maybe you can get something done, but for now, it seems like Young is on the hunt once again.
Yeah, going for that third goal, hopefully, as Sorias is just going to go for the dribble. He gets the flick over one. He tries to get it past another. It does end up sat in the corner at the moment. CRR going for the block. The demo comes in from Imu on Envoy. Sent back downfield. Grizzly's going to go for the pass into the center, but Envoy is there. Spawns at the perfect time, and he's able to get there in time to block it. Sent back into the middle now by Envoy. And it is coming back. 1 minute on the clock. Is there anything that Stay Fresh can do at this point?
If they can slow the game down a little bit, and by slow it down, I mean control the ball and the pace of the game a little bit more by taking some dribble plays, you see that there's not a lot of very quick challenges on ball carriers just yet from Young is Better. Once you start switching it up, they might start doing that, but at least you can get some players out and also hit the ball into the net. That's a good start. And here we go. There's that first step. Hit the ball in the net. Step one complete.
Yeah, the first goal is there fairly easily there. You know, it was a bit of a faffy situation. You know, they missed it the first time, and he did end up just slotted it into the center of the area and just easily put away. And that is 2-1. And great rotation from Grizzly there, able to block that, and that was very, very dangerous. Come back into the center, but Imu's going to get the block on it, and Sierra's going to send it downfield, keeping hold of it now. He tried that methodical thing. They're trying to be methodical about what they do now. And it is just 14 seconds left. If Stay Fresh wants to do it, now is the time, and that has to be the game for Young is Better at this point.
Yeah, they make the deciding goal there. Sorius cannot get the ball away. It seemed to not be going on target. So the extra touch from Envoy, while panicky, might not have been needed. It could have bounced up and out. Not completely sure if that was going to be the case, but it could have happened. And unfortunate that we don't know what happens in that timeline. This timeline, at least, it is going to be Stay Fresh, who are 2 behind. Young is better, and Young is better is looking for match point now.
Absolutely, the youth are prevailing in this best of series, and Young is better. To be honest, both teams they didn't necessarily play ridiculously badly. It's just Young is better, more mechanical things. They had full confidence in what they were doing, and they were playing very much as a team. Stay Fresh, on the other hand, they just weren't able to control the ball enough. They weren't able to retain possession, able to do anything with it, which then means that at this point it's like, okay, what do you do now?
I think I I think an interesting thing is that you're trying to like you're trying to defend as a 21-year-old these like 15, 16-year-olds that who would call you an old man, who you
Absolutely.
so I'm interested with that, but still, it is a cockiness that is warranted. I'm willing to say because they are playing that well. They are that speedy. They know they are going to get to that ball, and it's that confidence that shows here in their style of play. Where Stray Fresh is trying to be very methodical, getting those passing plays together and working through a couple of tricks to work the ball towards the net. It is Young is better. Just every touch they do, they just work out where they need to go and how to do it very quickly and just adapt to every random situation that you get while you're playing on the pitch. Compared to Stay Fresh, who have a game plan, but that game plan gets foiled every time by those dastardly kids and their stupid dog.
Great Scooby Doo reference there. And so we get into game number 3. Can Stay Fresh come back from this? Or will Young is better take it 3-0? So it comes into the center. The shot is there. Great pass from Grizzly to CRR, and CRR is just able to slot it into the net. And it's 1-0, not even 20 seconds into the game.
Yeah, very quick one, but we get to see some very cute and cute but amazing plays from CRR and his teammates. It just shows the kind of abilities these players have, and the way they are using it. They are rotating pretty well. It seems to be a pretty good honeymoon phase kind of team right now, and they are working through whatever they're running into. They're just speedy. They're skilled. They know where they want to get the ball, and they get it there as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, and they are very, very good at doing so. They are showing why the old people need their walking sticks right now. And it is back and forth. 1-0 in the game, 2-0 in the series to Young is better. And it is an onslaught of offense coming in from them yet again. As Aimu just dinks it up a little bit. Swift's going to come off the wall, but the block is there fairly easily. And Envoy's going to catch the ball now. Go for it. Dorito is able to just block him, and Gris is doing a really good job at just blocking exactly when he needs to. And Swift is going to go for the air dribble. He's going to get it. Is he going to get the flick? He's not, because Ciara reads him like a book. And the counter attack is on yet again as Envoy is just there to block it, sends it back downfield. But Grizzly is just really good at blocking it at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely trying his best at every point to keep that control. And again, a goal happens. It is relentless. This relentless pursuit just gives no quarter. They give no rest to their opponent, and their opponents also, they're trying to clear. They get one touch, the ball flies away, but it's already falling into the waiting hands of one of the youngest, better players. And that was a very weird interaction there on the kickoff. I don't know what exactly happened there, but that was really weird.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange kickoff, to say the least, but Swift gets the block, and it is game on now with 2-0 on the scoreboard, 2-0 in the series, and it is looking disastrous at the minute for Stay Fresh, and they are going to need to do something very drastic to come back from it as the cross comes in, unable to do anything with it, and
oh no!
That's sad. That's so disappointing.
Swift making a quick death for his team, it almost seems. He just wants it to be over. I mean, the best way to make it go over is not getting another goal scored, because then the timer keeps moving, guys. If you want it to be over, stop scoring goals, especially if you're already 10-0 ahead in your twos match. You don't have to score more. You don't. You're done. Just wait out the time.
Absolutely, as Envoy with the ground pinch sends it in to the center, and Sarias is actually there to finish that off, and maybe a little bit of life. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. You know, we're only at the halfway point. Can they come back from this and potentially complete a reverse sweep?
If they could do more of these insanely nutty pinches, then yes, they can. That was a beautiful move, getting that ball away from the defense, just surprising the defense as well. Nobody was ready for that one. But Sorius, who was coming back after a demo, had the time and the ability to see his option. But now it falls the other way almost just as quickly. And the question is now, what can Young is Better do with this ball? Or is it going to be a chance for Stay Fresh to come back?
Yeah, it's coming into the center now, and it is just back and forth offense at the moment, but Grizzly's going to try and get it into the center. Swift with a great block coming off the backboard right there. And CRR's just there to block it yet again. Envoy gets a touch on it to send it outwards again. Aimu hitting it towards the wall, and Sorias does get a little touch on that. It's coming back and forth again, and Grizzly sends it downfield. Oh, the demo comes in from Swift on Grizzly to take him out of the equation, but he spawns at the perfect position. And that is what you need to be worrying about if you're going to get them demo plays.
Yeah, and here we see another chance going to get the double touch, but it's a slow attack. And the control here for... It's all Young is Better right now. They are controlling everything, and they just don't let go on anything else. I'm wondering how this team will do against a team that is speedier, because we do definitely notice that Stay Fresh is a team that's playing very well, very tactical. It reminds me of a younger Fenk Gaming before they changed to, I believe it was Fierce, but I'm not exactly sure where they went into. They changed orgs at some point, but Fenk Gaming was a team that really stood for passing plays, but they were always a little bit slower to the ball, a bit more methodical. And then these younger, sprier, like quicker teams usually started beating that if they got into a good situation. But here's a chance. It's probably not going to be much, but they do want to get this in if they want to keep any kind of chance alive.
Yeah, you say it's probably not going to be much, but it is still in that area. It's coming back in yet again, and the block is there again. It is back in again. Envoy's going to go for it, and Grizzly with the clearance. They are going to be kicking themselves in the teeth that nobody was there at the right time for that, and it is almost as if the Stay Fresh side have just lost all hope. 48 seconds on the clock, and they are 5-1 down in game number 3.
Sorius again not getting a touch on the backboard. Seems to be one of his weaknesses, not running well. But all the kudos to Young is Better. They are working through all of it very well. They see all the weaknesses, and they are able to exploit any and all of the moments they can get their hands on.
The shot, it's the... Ooh, I did not think that was going in right there. I thought that the defender just had enough to stop that, but Envoy just picking his point at the perfect time. And a great goal, 5-2, 37 seconds on the clock. Is it too little, too late?
I think yes. Sadly, it is a little too late, and a bit of a mismatch in just overall raw mechanical skill. I think Stay Fresh as a team look very good, but it is the mechanical nuttiness that we're seeing here on display again and again from Young is Better. I'm wondering if any team can stop them, if there's any team who can match them in this kind of skill. I think there are a couple of teams ahead of them that are going to make it hard on them, but for now, yeah, it seems very much that Young is Better is going to be taking this one.
Yeah, 6-2, 20 seconds to go. There's just no stopping that. Oh, yeah, they are not having that anymore. 7-2. What? Okay, man, I feel like Envoy had just given up at that point.
I think so. I think Envoy is giving up. A bit unsportsmanlike to not sit out the rest of the game, but this can happen. Frustrations can run high, and that is one of those things where you might have a will of iron as a young player and want to be all this and that and sharp and strong, but it takes the wisdom of coal and like the kiln of a fire to create the unbreakable steel that just is a Rocket League pro, and they are not there yet. They need that wisdom from an older generation, from coaches, from other players to understand how to deal with these kind of situations. Because the thing is, once you fall this far behind, a lot of players give up. Their mentality is just not ready for it, and they need help with that. And once they do, they can become so much stronger. For now, Stay Fresh needs to go back to the grind and needs to keep working to sharpen and hone their skills. But for Young is Better, they keep moving on and still have a good chance of winning all that money they want.
Absolutely, Young is better moving on in the tournament after taking on Stay Fresh and just taking a pretty much a clean sweep right there. And if you're, unfortunately, when you're going against a team that is just ridiculously mechanically better than you, it is difficult. But they should really go away from this and be like, okay, this was a great experience for us. We know we're not there. We know we can be there. Now it's time to get on that grind, as you just said, and actually catch up to them and get working on that.
Yeah, we'll be back later with quarterfinals. I see here now that Minx Gaming and MCon Rotterdam Black are both there. Big shout out to the Rotterdam boys. Me being a Dutchie myself, I know these guys well, and I hope they do well. I'm not biased when I'm casting, but when not, I mean, I have a heart for some of my countrymen, of course. With that, those are the people that are already in the quarterfinals, and Young is Better is joining them there. We will be back later after a break to tell you what we are going to be doing next, which teams we're going to be having, and what that means for the rest of the bracket. So see you all in a little bit. We will be right back, so do not touch that browser.
This whole thing, I like the way you look
again. No, just trying. Oh, don't deny the fact that there's never less to you. I played the game but lost the bet. I don't wanna love again. Yeah, I don't wanna love again. Cause I'll be living with regret. Picking up the pieces that I lost in the lobby. I put you against the wall, you had us body to body. I can't help the way you make me feel, it's so hard to copy. Let's find common ground, meet me in the lost and found, yeah. Dark days turning into dark nights. I hit the strip and spend it all, I'm having hard times. That reminiscing had me looking through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you're bright, 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 like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic, mic, mic. You know I'ma get it right, right, right. So stay with me, run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.
did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
I like you, but it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. Can still see your face, so tell me what to do, 'cause I can't find a way. Baby, please just tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm fine. Tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm, baby, please just tell me if I'm fine.
Just tell me if I'm fine.
But it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. I love you too, don't love me back. I can't stand this feeling inside my mind. Baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Please just tell me if I'm fine. 'Cause I don't know why it's stuck in my heart, baby. Please just tell me if I'm fine.
Just tell me if I'm fine.
like a haunting melody. What do spirits say? What do spirits say in a darker day? What do spirits say? When the mist is all gone, there's something inside the water. Don't know where they're coming from. They are free to roam above the sea, and their story stays with me like a haunting melody. What do spirits say? What do spirits say in a darker day? What do spirits say?
Feel uninvited. Left home in West LA. I'm not excited. So uninspired. On my way to play the bay while you're alone. This girl's a wonder. She loves me, yeah. She needs to know I love her. I wonder if we'll make it through this summer. Just wanna touch like back when we were younger. Yeah. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me.
I'm so divided, starstruck, but hate has got some indecisive. I'm over fighting, I just can't wake up cold and sleep alone. This boy's some trouble. When he's around, my problems seem like double. His stupid eyes put me on ice, so no, no. Don't slow me down, don't wanna do this solo.
Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. I can't help myself, you're a drug to me. I just can't get enough. I know this is love, so come close to me while we're still young and dumb.
we keep the truth to ourselves. Maybe we're hypnotized. This is life. I've been living. Shit's too serious, but I can't advance it. I've been living, but I can't get by with our eyes wide open, we won't miss a thing that you're doing. You better watch what you keep from us before it's too late to go back. Our economy is broken. We shouldn't have to kill ourselves to serve someone else. This is life. I've been living, but I can't get by
Hello and welcome. Mikey's been listening to the fire alarm because this game is gonna be lit. I'm once again Gavashian. This is Rocket Core, and that is Mikey. Good sir, you're here. I'm here. More Rocket League. Let's go. Are you excited? I am. Are you? Are you? Are you?
Yes!
Ah, there we go. We're all very excited to be here. Lovely to have all of you viewers here, of course, as well.
Absolutely. I am so glad. I apologize for holding up the entire tournament because somebody burnt their toast. Do apologize. Welcome to student accommodation, y'all. I am excited for this one. What are we in now? The quarterfinals? I need to catch up now. I'm lost as to where we're at. Yep, we're in the quarterfinals, so we're getting to them latter stages of the game. Kensho versus Aqua is the third man. I'm excited. This is going to be a top tier series.
I think it I think it really is. If I look at the different players, I'm mostly excited. I'm not completely 100% sure, but I believe on Kensho we have a player called Polly, and Polly is a friend of mine that I work with in a lot of other different places, together with Norisaki and Birdsey, who we've seen here before as well. And on the other side is Aqua's third man. I would be surprised if there wasn't a player called Aqua on this team. Let me quickly check. There is. Okay, good. It's together with Surza and Psycho. So those are the three players on that team. And I'm wondering if Aqua is actually going to be a third man, if they're going to be playing with a goalie, going plat style on our faces with the play. I'm curious.
It's going to be interesting, whichever way they take this. And I think it's going to be a very, very good series. I think if you guys were aware of the excitement levels shown when Sebastian figured out that Polly was in this game, he's excited, y'all. Anybody in chat, like, let's see your predictions. Who is taking this series and going on to the semi-finals? We're in the big boy time now. Kensho or Aqua is third man.
Yeah, Kensho or Aqua. We could just leave it at that. We're going to ask the players to join, or we're going to ask them first if they are ready, because if they are, then we can get them onto that pitch. And what I usually love is that there's always that one enthusiastic player that when you ask them if they're ready, they jump on the field like a madman. And that always shows me that they are ready and willing to rumble with this one. So we got the teams on the field. Let's get this going. In the blue, we have Kensho. And in the orange, it's Aqua's third man. Mikey, take it away.
Absolutely. The kickoff comes in and it is back and forth already. Noah being very controlling, very methodical with that. The flick comes in. Polly with the dink. He's going to hit it off the backboard, but the block is there from Psycho. And it is all to play for now as we are underway. Sent into the middle yet again. The block is there again, but the shot is off. A save comes in from Caesar. And it is all in, so to speak. Going for that. He tried to do like a backflip little touch thing. Like that was some Houdini-ness that I was not prepared for. So it comes back in off the block right there. And 30 seconds in, what are your thoughts so far, sir?
Really back and forth up till now. That one little Houdini move that you saw is what we call, or what we try to call, a musty flick. It's named after the, well, now famous YouTubers with over 1 million followers, Musty, who I had the chance to actually interview at some point in a very scuffed interview, which was a lot of fun a while back. But he invented that move. But this move by Noah is even, I think it was a new one. I think it's a new move, but it looked good.
Yeah, getting into it. 3 minutes 45 on the clock as Polly sends it to the middle. Psycho is there, now Aqua gets the block. Aqua's going to be methodical, control it, but gets the demo off Bird. Sent into the middle. It's tapped against the backboard, and Noah is just able to get the clearance. They try to carry it on. Cesar's got very little boost to work with. Noah is going to go for it once again, but Psycho is there to block it. Psycho's going to go for the air dribble. The air dribble is still there. He's still going with it, and the block comes in from Polly.
Yeah, good block there from Polly. Very important to keep it out of the box, because that's that moment where a lot of teams can be very dangerous. We saw Young is Better do this very well before we got to this match. But now it seems like a very unfortunate bad touch from Psycho. Kind of lets the rest of his team work, and they're trying to play it into the wrong. Like, look at the color of your car, boys. You're playing it the wrong way.
Very, very dangerous from these teams. Not sure what they're thinking. The shot comes in from Cerza. Bird with a fairly easy save, though. Can take it over the wall. He picks up the boost. The pinch comes in, and now it's been yeeted. Noah is there to block it. It is in the middle again. Aqua's there to get the clearance, though. And Polly is going to send it once again. It is still in the middle once again. It's still in the middle. It is just being tapped around like a volleyball at the moment. Sent back into the middle. Goes up off the wall. And Aqua's there for the block. And
I see a lot more shot chances here coming out of Aqua's third man, but I don't really like them all that much. The shots are pretty easy and simple to save on this level, so I want to see them play the ball around a little bit more, and actually play the ball actually when it's close to the net. That would be good too.
Yeah, that was a goal that was not expecting to go in right there. Like, what happened to their defense? First, a player misses it off the backboard, and then the goalkeeper just unable to do anything with it. And all of a sudden, you know, Kensho Gaming, they are in the lead by 1-0.
Yeah, might be a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, but 100% of the reason to at least remember the name for now is Kensho. I'm curious where this is going to go, because for now they found their stride. Never mind, I was kind of hesitating to call Kensho on fire, but right now they are showing us that Aqua is going to have a long road ahead of them.
Absolutely. Game one, they have found their groove. 1 minute 41 on the clock, and it is all to play for. Kensho Gaming in a very good position thus far. The kickoff comes in, Cesar wins it, but a block comes in yet again. Bird's going to take it down the wall. Noah tries to send it into the center, unable to do so. Seko comes off the wall with the shot. And Polly, with a great read, able to get the save. Aqua with the block stops Polly from clearing it completely, though. And Bird tries to clear it again. The net is wide open. Is Polly going to be able to do anything? Polly reads it perfectly yet again. Them reads is exactly what you need if you are going to save shots left, right, and center. 1 minute 13 on the clock as he's going for another shot off the backboard, though, as comes Cesar with the clearance, and Psycho's going to send it into the middle, and it is just there. Polly with the hit. Seiko kind of clears it for his own team. That is in the center. The net is wide open, and that will be a goal for Seiko. A great pass from Aqua, and unfortunately for Kensho Gaming, unable to rotate at the perfect time, and it is 2-1 in game number one.
And this is kind of what I was coming to be a bit afraid of for Kensho, because their defense relies very much on the third man always having a good clear, always having a good move, and making sure that they are the one that dictate the pace. The thing is, if you play like that, if you play that very risky, then you can get some good attacks going, but also when your defense falls down a little bit, you are going to be in trouble. So one bad clear was the difference there, and Kensho still has the lead, but they need to be careful.
Yeah, they have to be very, very careful. Only one goal in it now. 30 seconds remain. Anything can happen. as Polly gets a block. He gets the shot off, but the save is fairly easy there. Aqua with the demo on Bird. Comes in again. Oh, the yeets. He just got taken right out after trying to go for that. Polly unable to make contact with the ball there, but Bird is going to send it back towards the goal. Psycho's going to take it off the corner. And they're just stuck in their area at this moment in time. And the clearance comes in. 2 seconds on the clock. And looks like that'll be it with it. Are they going to get the third? Very, very close right there. Polly's going to send it back in, and they are not letting this hit the ground unless they absolutely have to. And Bird goes for the block. Noah's going to make it hit the ground, and Kensho Gaming take game number 1.
Yeah, Kensho coming out of the gate sloppy, a bit scary here in the air and very risky, but they do get the win because of some awkward mistakes here. I mean, if I see a name like Aqua's third man, it always feels to me like it's a pickup team. It's a team that has a player that's either very good or very bad, and that's why they're in the name. And from there, they will try to work out a strategy, a way of rotating and playing. Now, the big thing I've noticed with that is that usually those teams are mechanically quite strong, but rotationally always have a couple of mistakes about rotating ball side or not rotating away from the ball and giving space to the rest of your players is a thing that you can see a lot. And with Aqua, it's definitely one of those teams where that can happen. And Kensho, with pretty clean rotations, but very risky rotations, came through those mistakes a couple of times and got the goals through there. Then one mistake from Kensho already gives a goal back. So it can go either way. Both teams a little bit on thin ice. I'm not really sure who's going to take it. So game 2 is really going to be that decider for me. If we're going to see Kensho walk away with it or if Aqua can come back.
Yeah, I think the game can really go either way at this point. You know, the small issues of the rotation, the more that, especially as a pickup team, them issues are going to be resolved the more you play together. And as this game gets underway, we're getting into game 2 now. It is all to play for. Anybody can take this, in my opinion, as it comes in. Polly's going to go for a fake. He gets it. It hits the crossbar and bounces out. Oh, that is a very saucy start to the second game already.
Yeah, strong start from Kensho Gaming, but now the counter-attack is there. Pass not reaching Psycho. So it's Surza who needs to extend that attack. Noah now has a good chance. Bounces it past the defender. Comes to the backboard where Surza takes control. Good control and patience here, but mistakes when not challenging the ball. Here comes a good chance, and it's finished by Birdsey. Kensho once again finding mistakes in the defense and taking it down.
Absolutely. If you're Kensho Gaming, the momentum is on your side at this point. A great pass comes in from Noah, and Bird is able to get the dunk right into the net. And they're 1-0 up in this game, 1-0 up in the series. And it seems Aqua really making them mistakes. As Bird's going to go for the air dribble, and Aqua gets a great block. It's going to send back down by Polly to Bird. Block comes in again, and at this point, if you're the Aqua roster, what are you going to do now differently to stop that one goal? Because we saw it last game. That one goal was the difference.
As you can see here, they are trying to look for passing plays and stuff like that, and it works every once in a while, but they trip up in their rotation, and then nobody challenges the ball. And when that ball is open, it's so easy for Kensho. The 3 players are good enough to do whatever they want with a free touch, and you can see that they keep doing that. We see the passing plays coming out. Those I want to see staying for Aqua, but I want their rotation and especially their communication to be better.
I'm pretty sure the 2 of the blue team just blocked each other completely then, and that could have been very dangerous from Kensho Gaming. And Aqua now is gonna try to get the clear there. They do get that clear. Noah's there to block it and send it back though, as Polly and Psycho have a little bit of a touch in the middle. Bounces off the backboard again. Bird's gonna keep it there. Bounces off the backboard yet again. Noah's gonna hit it to the side. Polly's gonna go up for it. Hits it against the backboard again. It's gonna come back down. Noah props it up. Noah gets a little dink on that to get it past one defender, but all 3 defenders are still there. That rotational issues that we were talking about before, they seem to be solving them issues a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but I still saw rotations ball side where all of a sudden there was a bit of a gap and a good chance that Kensho didn't capitalize on those mistakes is a mostly luck because we see the players are able to capitalize on those things very regularly. And now the question becomes, can we get that counter attack working? Good attempt, but not on the same wavelength to get that attack done. So again, it comes to a question of communication. If we see better communication from Aqua, they can start looking a lot stronger.
Absolutely. I think if they figure out their, like, if they, once they figure out their communication, this will be a very, very juicy series, and hopefully they'll be able to do that fairly soon. Because if they don't, they risk losing the series. As the shot comes in, Tom says it into the middle, and the cross comes in again. Polly with the deflection, and it does bounce off the back of Aqua's car and just get absolutely yeeted downfield, a boomer and a half. Now says is going to go off the wall and try to cross it. He does get the cross. The cross is there. The shot is there. And that is a goal. And we are all tied up in game number 2.
There's one weakness that Aqua does not have, and that is not following up on their touches in offense. What they do so well is when the ball goes forward, there's always a player there to move forward, to try and get a touch on that ball, to work with that offense and keep possession even when they're on their opponent's half. The question becomes, can they keep doing that well? But my lord, Noah, you are showing us some magic right here.
What a Houdini. What? Yeah, Houdini. That is all. Good day.
Yeah, good catch there on the bottom, getting the flip reset because all 4 wheels touch the ball and you get your flip back from that. You do not have to jump, so you do not get that timer window. You can get a quick goal from that. But what also gets you a quick goal is a good kickoff here, losing the ball into a corner. Birdsey taking that one and just taking the big swing. And here we see once again that one lacking thing, that one weakness that is most prevalent for the Orange team, and that is communication. Nobody home, not really a setup kickoff, and therefore mistakes keep happening, and they are now in a big deficit.
Absolutely. 3-1. Game number 1 was only lost by 1 goal, and now there is a mountain to climb in this one. As it is sent once again down to the Aqua field. It's going to go very methodical and controlling, but Polly is able to just get it away from Psycho. Sent down the other end. It is sent back into the middle, and Polly with the shot. Aqua with a great save there. As Polly gets the demo on Psycho. It's sent into the middle again. No one's going to go for it, but it is blocked and sent towards the corner, and it is sent out of the corner fairly easily there. And it's like a game of ping pong all over again. And 54 seconds on the clock, and it needs to be a little bit better at this point. If you are the roster of Aqua, you cannot be making the mistakes that they are making if they want anything out of this series.
I mean, of course, if you want to get something out of the series, you need to get your win now. You don't want to be looking down the barrel of the gun of a reverse sweep as the only possibility to move on. You want to make sure that you get your chance in the finals. This is all like tournaments like this, and we've been running them for a while, are great. But for now, it seems like for this team, they need to be practicing just a little bit more to really come up against this high caliber team that we have here for the blue team, for these players.
Yeah, and Kensho Gaming, they've been very strong pretty much through the two games, capitalizing on what they can. And the pass comes into Aqua, and Aqua goes for the shot. And it is game 2 to Kensho Gaming, and 2-0 up in the series. If Aqua really want to do anything going into these next games, they're going to need to capitalize. They're going to need to stop making their mistakes, increase their communication, get that rotation on point. And to be honest, they have got one hell of a mountain to climb now. The only option for them is a reverse sweep if they want to move on to the finals.
Yep, the reverse sweep is the mountain they need to climb. Kensho also still has a couple of weaknesses. They don't always challenge the balls quick enough. You notice they have their moments of hesitation in defense where they're not rotating out that well, and the ball stays in their box for way too long. And that's usually because of clean positioning being missing. If you have somebody coming away from the ball, moving back in, you can get better passes, you can get better clears, get that ball away from there to one of your teammates. But overall, this mistake is a lot more prevalent with Aqua. It's not Aqua the player, but Aqua the team here, where they're just rotating all willy-nilly, and it's very much a pickup team style where they're trying to play through their mechanical skill, and they're not at that level where they know that they can also rotate in a very smooth and great way, even overcutting each other without any problems. as we saw with Young is Better before this, who were a team that did that so well, who rotated very well and very strongly without leaving a lot of holes.
Absolutely. And we are going to get into game number 3. Will Aqua be able to complete that reverse sweep, sorry, or will Kensho Gaming be able to complete the complete sweep? Anything is said and done, but straight away, Bird with a great goal just coming off that backboard, reading it perfectly. He gets a great setup to himself, follows it up coming off the ceiling, and he's just able to slot it home at the perfect time. And, just like that, 1-0 up.
If Aqua wants to be a regular team here, first thing they might want to start working on is kickoffs, because for now they are leaving so much room for their opponents. And when one of your opponents has a lot of boost, they can do a lot of fancy things. It seems like that is what Aqua and his team are relying on doing their own fancy things. But when you have a team that just rotates better, communicates better, and can do those fancy things, you're just left with a very limited amount of options.
Yeah, that's very, very, very true. You got to get that communication on point. You've got to get them gaps filled, and you've got to nail your kickoffs. If you don't, you're left wide open, and that is what we have seen continuously so far in this series. As Noah's gonna try and balance that. Polly's gonna get the hit to deflect. The deflection it is up in the air at the moment. Bird is gonna hit it. Bird hits it again. And Bird with a great 2 touches there. Another touch from Bird, and Bird is just a man on a mission right now. 0 boost in a dream. He has got the boost now though, and it has just been stolen from him by all 3 of the opposition players. And Bird seems to be a very mechanical, talented player as Noah comes in and gets the shot off the pass from Polly. And it is 2-0 in this game. And it looks like that reverse sweep is more and more unlikely by the second.
Yeah, a little bit slower on the follow-up of the team's own touches, and that once again leaves that room for these lovely players, for the players from Kensho to just slot in another goal. Good defense here now from Aqua's team, but they need to get more done. They need to start looking for goals now, and it's still becoming a lot more scary. Of course, there's time left, so it's not that it's already over, but for now, their tournament lives do hang by a thread.
Absolutely. Single elimination in this tournament. There is no second chances. Once you're out, you are out, and it is all to play for. It's just sent downfield. The setup seems to be that it looks like Aqua was just trying to go for a block, not able to make contact though. Just send it back into the middle, but the block comes in again. The shot comes in, but Caesar able to get the rotation on point and able to just get the block. Noah's going to go for a shot again, and it is just sent out after a bit of a double commit there by the looks of things. And try and take it up the wall, but he just gets absolutely yeeted right there. And Polly's going to try and send that into the middle. Unable to do much with it though, as Caesar's just there to block it. And 2 minutes and 43 on the clock. It has been a very one-sided affair thus far.
Yep, the one-sided affair just keeps going because there's just not enough follow-up. You receive a couple of small passes happening, but then the ball flies very far away from Aqua as the third man, and they have nobody following up, so they're basically giving away possession. And that possession, Kensho knows what to do with it. They know how to take control of it. A bit of a double commit there in defense for Kensho, but overall, they just look a little bit more solid.
Yes, Polly's can send it downfield again. Polly's there for the block even, and the shot is off. It hits the post. The shot is going to come in again though. Aqua able to slot it home, and a little bit of life is coming out of Aqua now. 2-1 in this game. Could we see a comeback?
Look at what we see here. They start passing the ball a little bit more. They are reacting to each other's touches, communication a little bit more on top, and they get a goal in the game. That's what they need to be doing all the time. They need to be close enough to each other so they can react, and they need to also start wasting time when they aren't together. If you are in a panic situation, keep control of the ball, force a 50, force your opponent to use resources so you can recover and get some of your own.
Whew, absolutely. I thought it was a very, very dangerous move right there. And Polly's going to go up for it again. He's sent back into the middle. Caesar is there to get the block. And Psycho with his own little Houdini air dribble. Tried to get it in, unable to do so, which is unfortunate for him right there. It's sent back, and Aqua's going to send it into the middle. It's sent into the middle, but Bird is just there. Too quick on the follow-up. It's just not going to let that happen. And Psycho's coming off the walls, tries to pass it to Aqua. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there as Aqua just backs off fairly easily. And the shot comes in again, and Polly with the save as Psycho sends it back towards the middle. And Noah is there to block it, and the pressure is on from Aqua as the third man on Kensho Gaming.
Bumps and demos coming in. That could cause a little bit of a ruckus in defense. Again, they need to be so clean. But now with the last 45 seconds left, it is going to be all up to them to find an answer to get Aqua that second goal, go into overtime. For now, Psycho's trying to his best to get it past the defense. Folly's already there, going into the corner. The hit is not good enough, and Surza was already there to touch that one. Good pass to Psycho. Psycho lifts it up. Oh, no touch there. It was unfortunate. Aqua, good chance, but here, once again, bounces back down. Really well done, but Bird there is man for that defense. And now the calm is back. The storm, we are in the eye, but this might be the end of the house called Aqua.
8 seconds on the clock. Is there anything they can do? No. No, there is not, because Noah's going to slot it home just like that after a pass from Bird. 3-1, and it looks like Kensho Gaming are going to take the series 3-0.
Yeah, that's almost a certainty at this point. 5 seconds left. I mean, technically, you could have a second left after one goal, but that's not really going to happen, and they might even get another one to finish it off. They don't. It drops down. Kensho moves on. Congratulations to them. You're going to those as semifinals, and GG's, of course, to Aqua as third man. You played well, good sirs and madams and others, depending on what you feel like. I mean, we don't judge here. But still,
Absolutely.
Kensho moving on, looking good.
I think, you know, if you're the Aqua roster from that, their issue was sort of, it was them little mistakes that come with practice as a team. They didn't necessarily have that practice, you know, as a team for that long, by the sounds of it. And if they really want to stick around and they really want to do well, I feel like they have the potential. They put up one hell of a fight. It is just getting the flow going, getting the communication, getting used to how each other play. And I think that can only come with experience. So I'm hoping that this team sticks together, and in future we see a bit more from them, because I feel like given the chance together as a team, they have a lot more to offer than that.
Yeah, I think very much so. But for now, we have a little bit to offer in form of a break. So let me tell you all to not touch that browser. We'll be back with an amazing game. MCOM Rotterdam Black versus Young is Better. We're seeing Growly and his team back, and also my favorite Dutch Sheets. So let's see how they're going to be doing after this short break. Do not touch that browser. We'll be right back.
All alive. The devil's in the detail, lingered inside. Oh, a holy crime. But how can I hide you without an alibi? It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. You took my innocence. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. Going wrong like nonsense. Playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. You took my innocence without an alibi. Smoking gun, you got me on the run. We know that will come. We're out up till dawn. But how can I hide you without an alibi? It's a rebel's fight. monsters. Everything that brought me alive. No, we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. Took my hands without an alibi.
I don't wanna sit here while you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space, just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. I wanna see you while you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say.
I have no words.
Well, I
have no
do.
words.
Hi, Mikey. It's me, Wembley. I'm here to tell you about a team called MCon Black, and specifically Owen, who always uses me as a goal explosion. But aside from that, of course, we're here to talk about Rocket League, and who better to do that than you with your friend, that one dude that's over, well, there, that idiot with the beard. Okay, here he comes. Okay, thank you for that. Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back here at Rocket Core. Hey, the viewers want, the viewers shall get, of course. So let's get this. Let's get this little show on the road. What teams do we have on the docket today, Mr. Mikey?
I would just like to say I have never felt more awkward in my life than that very moment right there. So, Youngie's better up back, Ciara, Mr. Dorito, and Aimu to take on MRB, which is
Yes.
on Rotterdam Black. And I know you have a very soft spot for them, but I'm gonna, I'm just gonna side with my youngest better people because you're a boomer, so we need our people. We need the youngest better team to just get the dub here.
Oh, back in my day, people used to respect the elderly, but then again, all young people are shitheads. So what are we doing here now? Oh, right, blasting some Rocket League. Let's not talk about age. Let's talk about the beauty and the grace. That is Rocket League. Shall we get our players on the field and get this show on the road? Because I'm pretty excited to get this one going. Young, old, I mean, anything else doesn't matter. Let's enjoy the show. Let's get these players on here, and they are great.
Absolutely.
Come on, let's go.
Semi-finals. Let's get into it. MRB versus Young is better. This is for a place in the finals, a chance at that £75 prize pool. And we are underway in game number 1 as the kickoff comes in. And Owen winning that kickoff, but Dorito is there to just catch it. Oh, that was one heck of a random fly, but missed, unfortunately. And the shot is there, and Ciara slots it home. And as we've seen from them throughout their last game, within the first minute, already in the lead.
Yeah, and you just notice for MCon that they're not really challenging quickly enough. Unfortunate start. Owen as well. I love the attempt of the squishy save, the in and out save, as we'd like to call it. It didn't really go that well, but now big chance for a counter attack. The goal is really open, and Wesley is able to finish that one. Did you know my dinosaur Wembley is actually named after Wesley?
No, I didn't, and that makes me not like these guys even more. But if the equalizer is there, 15 seconds in, 1-1, and if the rest of this game is going to be as spicy as this, we are in for one hell of a good series.
Oh, trust me, when the T-Rex comes out, it gets spicy. So let's see what we can see with this one. Both teams, I know that we have very skilled players on the field, and we've seen today already what Young is Better can do, what kind of things they are capable of. But now they're going against a team that, on paper, they're equal in a lot of respects. So it's going to be a very interesting one to see if they can make it out. If the team play for MCon is going to be better, or if it is the individual skill of Growly, CRR, and Emu.
Absolutely. Ciara's going to go down now. And Jay waits. That's what I want to call him. I'm going to go with it. Hopefully it's right. And Imu's going to go block that. And look like Dorito just hit that, sent back downfield. Wesley's going to go for a boomer, goes for the shot. Ciara able to just fairly easily just stop that in its tracks. Wesley picks up the boost right there. Oh, the block comes in on Jay Waits. Ball up and onto the roof, just goes flying, and Owen is there to get the block. 3 minutes 40 on the clock. Any predictions or start on who is going to take this victory?
The better team is going to take this victory, and I don't know which one it is, but here we see Wesley getting a good chance. Philippe Richette already getting stopped in his tracks by Emu, but the drop down is awkward, and Owen able to finish. And there we see him. There's Wembley on the field. That T-Rex is live.
Absolutely. That was a great goal from Owen. And just like that, Owen and Wesley put their team in the lead, and it is 2-1 to MCon Black. And, Young is better now. Trailing. This is unknown territory, as we saw earlier. They didn't really trail that often. This is going to be pretty good series. Game 1, 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. The shot comes in from Ciara. Jay Waits with the save. Ends up back in the middle. Wesley coming off the backboard upside down like some kind of Houdini. Able to get the clearance. J-Waits is going to get the block, but it is blocked yet again. And 3 minutes on the clock. It's a great one, this.
It is a great one. As you can see, there is a challenge now to the young and better play style. The idea of having just very individually talented players that know where they can put the ball and put the ball there 99% of the time. They're now being challenged by players who can do the same thing, but with a bit of training by one of the casters we've seen here before as well. Stealthy Wolf being that person. They have had some work done and are looking pretty decent, but for now, it's still pretty close, and young and better are looking decent as well together with MCon like this.
Absolutely, and it can go either way at the moment, as Dorito's going to bounce it against the ceiling. It comes in again. Aimu's going to send it against the backboard. It bounces off it, and the block is there again. CRR is going to stop it, but Aimu is going to stop it from going any further. Sent back in to the middle. Wesley is there to catch it and picks the boost and unable to make contact with the ball. CRR is going to keep it in the middle, but Wesley comes out of nowhere to get a great clearance from him. Back off the backboard now. Dorito's going to try and follow this up and take it with him. He goes for the shot, and J-Waits is able to get a fairly easy save from him. Good reflexes right there. He's going to go for the flick. He's able to follow up on the flick, and Dorito coming off the backboard again with the block. The cross comes in again, but the clearance is there again by Aimu. 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. 2-1 is the scoreline. And at this point, young is better. They don't have a lot of time left, but they need to do something quickly.
Yeah, good chance for Owen to try and put it out of reach there, but he missed his chance in trying to be a little bit too fancy-pantsy there on the field. But overall, it is still all for MCon Black. They do the best thing they can do against a team with this kind of a skill, like style of play. And I challenged them early, do not give them room, because if you do, they become more and more dangerous. But Growly, which is Dorito as his name here, is a very strong player and knows what to do even against those kind of suffocating defensive styles. So now passing players are coming out for Young is Better, and let's see if they can do that and beat MCon Black at their own game.
Absolutely an insane series so far. Apologies for a little delay there. Having a few technical difficulties over here. So my bad. It's coming off the wall. He's going to hit it on the back of his car. The block is there fairly easily, though. And it's sent back up. Owen is there. Bounces it off. Dorito's able to get the save. Actually, doesn't even bounce off the crossbar. CRR is going to send it down. Wesley is just able to block it from both of them, though. And the rotation is there for CRR. He's going to try and go for it. Owen's going to get the flick. 7 seconds on the clock right now. And it is all underway. 3, 2, 1. Is it going to hit the floor? Is he going to get the goal? CRR is going to get the clearance. And J-Waits is going to make it hit the floor. And MCon Black are going to take game number 1, 2-1.
Yeah, MCon Black and Owen and Wesley in particular have had a lot of chances playing in the Rocket Core weeklist before this as well. They were together with Jinxed, and they've tried a couple of different players, people like Pime or Hek or any one of the other players. But now with J-Waits, they are looking pretty darn decent, and I gotta say, I'm loving the way they're playing. But for Young is Better, they're still trying very well. They are now understanding that they need to switch their play style a little bit, look for a bit of a different way of doing it, because they're not going to get these long-winded passes as they got from the other teams they were playing against. There's a lot more control. They like MCon does not play slower, but they play controlled. They play very methodical in the way they do it. I think that's one of the words you used yesterday, and I think it's very fitting for the style here. So Young is Better adjusting very well, and it's been quiet second half. So next game could go any which way.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think the fact that you know, they were playing it very methodically, and that MRB with the shots and chances came in either way, and it was a very balanced game in my opinion once they both found their groove. And you think going into game number 2 now, you know, Young is Better. They're gonna come. They're gonna come and try to prove why Young is better than MRB.
I mean, very fair. Young is better in some ways, but with age comes wisdom, and that can sometimes help as well. Not sure if that's okay for Rocket League, because your hands get old, they get a bit more sweaty and a bit more rickety. But for now, both these teams and all these players looking very controlled and very great on the pitch.
Yeah, 4 minutes 45. The shot is off already. 15 seconds in. It is sent downfield. CRR is going to go for the air dribble. He gets the air dribble.
Oh.
It comes off the crossbar, and he's still able to get it in. What a Houdini little play from CRR. Just watch this again. Look at that.
Oh, wow. He touched the opponent to get the drop down, and he almost got a flip reset off his opponent as well. That is next level type of control of your car. I'm not sure. I don't think it's really that intentional, but the awareness to know that you need to go for that. Yeah, you need to be young for that to really work, and it works better.
Ooh, Owen missing a very, very great pass into the middle there, and a great chance to CRI. Here we go. Another Houdini play possibly from him, but a great block from Wesley, and it's still there. CRI just yeets somebody away from that. That was not happening. Owen's going to try and take it up the wall. He's going to go for the edge of it now. Feathering needs to move pretty well, and he just gets a lot of power on that. Wesley is able to catch it again. Send back downfield. Dorito is sending it towards the area, and J-Waits is just going to get a fairly easy block. Sent back into the center now by Aimu, and Owen just gets a great save and a great block, but the shot is there, and the save is there again from J-Waits. 3 minutes 45 on the clock. What a game this has been so far.
Yeah, they're fighting neck and neck, and as you can see, when there's control for MCOM, they do very well. But when you see CRR have the ball, he is deadly. He knows how to move with this almost alpha-esque in the way he's trying to create room and play for his team. But at the end, it is a team that you need, and it's Imo with a great pass to Dorito and back, and it works out wonders.
Absolutely. 2-0 right there. We are in game number 2, and we said they were going to come back with a vengeance after losing in game 1, and they have done just that as Wesley wins the kickoff. A great block comes in from CRR on Owen, though, to stop him capitalizing on that. And J-Waits is going to carry it now and try and take it, but it goes back down to Wesley. Wesley's just going to send it. CRR is there to catch it, and the demo comes in from J-Waits on CRR. It's going to go for the shot, and Aimu is able to save Wesley's shot pretty easily there. Read really well from Owen. The flick comes in from Owen, a little tap from the opposition though, and it looks like he's trying to go for that demo on CRR, unable to do anything with it. 3 minutes on the clock, and if you're MCOM Black, what do you do to get back in this series? Not in this series, in this game, sorry.
You pick up your pace a little bit. You're giving a lot of room to most of these players and are trying to be a little bit too fancy. Try to stick with a bit more basic play, but do it quick. And from there, you can get past these couple of defenders, because for now, there is always a defender back because the attacks happen, the demo plays and things are there, but it's overall just not good enough, and their speed coming out of their opponents is what's beating them.
Absolutely. In game 1, they were really, really fast. They were really aggressive, and they seem to have slowed down a little bit. They're trying to be a bit more methodical, and it is not working in their favor. They need to have a mental reset. We're at the halfway point of the game to be able to go back in at a 3-0 deficit now for MCOM Black, and if they want to take game 2, they're going to have to step it up and go back to how they were playing in game 1. CRI with a great block there, comes back into the middle. Aimu's going to send it out again. Wesley's going to try and catch it. He does miss it, though. Bounces off the backboard, and Dorito is there to get it once again. And Aimu is there to slot it home, and 4-0. What is going on for MCOM Black?
The small mistakes are getting to them. They know they need to pick up the pace, but with pace comes the possibility that you might miss your target a little bit. So some jumps and some liftoffs, just because they are overextending themselves a little bit, there are a few mistakes coming on the field, and that's a detrimental thing we're seeing right now. There's still a good chance here that they could we can see them play well again the next game, but for now, the control is completely on the side of young is better.
Absolutely, the shot comes in again. A fairly weak shot that, and Owen able to just come off the backboard and to get a fairly great save. And J-Waits is just going to carry that. He's going to get the flick. He's flicked it into the middle. Nobody is there. And Wesley is there to slot it home. And there is life in MCOM Black.
Yeah, they get a good flick, and it's individual plays for one team that did so well. Young is better, really relying on CRR, but now it is J-Waits stepping up on the side of MCOM Black, showing us that he has the ability to control the flow of battle as well, and he's doing it. And he needs to do it more. This is a battle of individual skill now, because CRR is putting his on full display, and it's on the MCOM boys to find an answer.
Absolutely. 4-1 is the scoreline. The shot comes in from J-Waits. A great save, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not, because J-Waits is there to slot it home. CRR tried his best. 4-2. The comeback could be on. What a game of Rocket League.
And with the timer going down and down, it's still MCON's nemesis, but it looks a lot better for them because they have the ability to get some goals now. They found their rhythm, they found their groove. They just need to not give up any goals and just work on getting 1 or 2 more, preferably 2, so they can come back in this game. But CRR is not done yet, and you notice that Young is better. It wants to work this out for themselves.
Absolutely, and they have stepped up their pace a little bit. Although, as I say that, they're a little bit slow there, and they left the gap way too open. That could have been very dangerous. Bounces off the crossbar, and Wesley able to get the clearance. Dorito is there to block it, though. Owen is there to send it back to J-Way. It's a great pass to him. It is in the corner. Doritos with a block. Owen's going to send it back into the middle. He's going to go up to fly for it now. Dorito with a great block again. Sends it back down to Wesley. Wesley's going to go up. It is in the area. It's going to bounce down off the backboard and go into the area, but J-Way's unable to do anything with it. And CRR, it looked like he got a touch on that. I'm not sure if he did or not, but it's coming straight back into the area. A great block yet again from CRR. Wesley's going to bounce it off the top, and the clearance is there a little bit. 25 seconds on the clock. If they want to complete this comeback, they're going to need to do it fairly quickly.
Yeah, but the switch here, the shifting gear for MCON is great. They are able to work that ball into the orange half and keep it there for a while. So now they know they can do this for the next one. They get another shot. They get it before the end times are here. 6 seconds is the challenge. Can MCON do it?
This has been an absolute story. 6 seconds, if anybody can do it. MCON Black, they are definitely the people to be able to do it. They're going to need to get a kickoff goal now. 4-3 as we go into it. Dorito wins it. Wesley wins it. They keep it on going. CRR's going to keep it up. Owen is there. J-Waits is going to keep it up. It is still up. It is sent. It's a boomer. Bounces off the ceiling, and unfortunately it hits the ground. What a game that was, but Young is better do come out the victorious side, and it is all even in this series.
Yeah, but MCON Black showed us that they were not out yet. They were not silent. They came back in this game. They weren't able to make the full comeback happen, but they showed that there's still life there. They're not going to be beaten out by some fancy tricks because we see what Young is Better wants to do. CRR, feed him the ball, make him do his magical thing, and then Dorito, hey, Dorito, you are going to be that defensive line together with Emo, but it's CRR that is their spear point. While on the other side, we need J-Wits to step up, or Owen, or Wesley. All three of these guys can do it, but for now, it seems J-Wits is set on being the point for MCON, and his teammates need to now start getting him the ball and getting him to do his thing, because it was working.
Yeah, and I think their issue was that they picked it up way too little, way too late. And at the moment, you know, it's 1-1 in the series. They have momentum on their side at the end of that. Going into game number 3, and game number 3 is going to be underway any second. Going into this game, momentum is on their side. They have got to be happy with how they performed at the end of that game. This series could go any way as we get into game number 3.
Yeah, it is all to play for. Game number 3, it's 1-1 in the series, and it's now Wesley trying to get the offense going together with a good block from Owen. J-Wits is there, and of course he finishes that one. If there's one person on MCON that you know is 100% from that position, it's J-Wits.
Absolutely. A great goal yet again, and he just slots it into the top of that net. That is what I'm on about. 7 seconds into this game, momentum is on their side.
Yeah, momentum even more. Look at that kickoff, very well controlled.
Absolutely. Oh, this is intense. Step into the middle. Owen's going to clear it and send it downfield. J-Waits is going to send it off the backboard, but Dorito is there to catch it. Passes it to CRR. CRR reads that really well, and Wesley is there to get the save. Owen is going to take that now. He's going to go for a flick. He gets the flick. Dorito's unable to do anything with it. And that is another goal. 2-0 at MCON Black. It's game on.
Everybody get on the floor and do that dinosaur. Let's go. Owen with another goal. Beautiful one-on-one control there, seeing his chances, able to get the ball on his hood, and with a great flick, able to get it past the defense. good play there, and it is good to see MCOM back. But what are CRR and friends going to do as an answer?
He's going to have to do something fairly soon, because we saw it last game where one of the teams ended up coming back too little too late, and we are in the semi-finals, and it is all to play for. And this is what the semi-finals are all about. When you're at this stage, the mechanics, both teams are fairly good at this point, and it is just delightful to cast. It is delightful to watch, and it is a delightful game. J-Waits gets demoed by Dorito. Wesley, what a save! How he was able to control that and just stop that, I will never know. But a great save from him, but it is not done. It is coming back in. Owen with a save again, and Wesley's just able to capitalize and get rid of that ball. The counter-attack is on with 3 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, passing play in the midfield, not really successful, but with 3.5 minutes left, there's all the time for the orange team to come back, and maybe they can. Young is better, still in a lot of control. They get challenged more than they are used to, but they are weathering the storm and showing us that they are not out just yet. They're not sitting down. They're standing up, head held high, and maybe they can come back into this one with those 3 minutes now counting down.
Absolutely, 3 minutes to go, and MCOM Black are looking to shut down Youngest Better as it bounces it off the ceiling, does Dorito. And Sierra is going to follow that up fairly simply, and the shot comes in from him. J-Wait is able to get the block, and Aimu goes for that, but then Owen with another block again. Wesley comes off the backboard, sent back into the middle by Dorito. Owen with a great clearance though, and it is all to play for. It's just going back and forth at the moment. Dorito's going to send it to the corner, goes up yet again. Aimu gets a touch on it. Owen with a great save off the shot from CRR. That block was essential. J-Waits with just a little tap to mess with his opponent a little bit, just get it past them. It worked really, really well. And CRR, it looks like games slowing down just ever so slightly now.
Yeah, there's a lot more fanciness. The moment you hit a certain level of mechanics, average on the field, the game becomes so different. It's not just hit ball hard, hit ball right way. It becomes thinking of where's my teammates, where do I need to pass it, how do I need to control it, what do I need to do to beat out my opponent. It does not become a game of can your team play well enough, but it's really can you outplay your opponent and what they're doing. And for now, MCON seems to be having a couple more answers, so it's up to Young is better to find answers of their own, and their playstyle right now not working the way they want to.
Oh, that would have been very good play. Great pass comes in, but unable to capitalize on it, and Dorito pinches it against J-Waits right there. J-Waits, Aimu's going to pass it to CRR. CRR is there to stop it, and Wesley's just going to block it and send it back downfield. 1 minute left on the clock. Well, 1 minute 15, sorry, and the shot comes in from J-Waits. 3-0 with 1:13 on the clock, and is that the game for MCOM Black at this point?
It very well could be. And do understand, MCOM Black here, I believe, is playing with a sub. Normally, it's Polly on the roster. The Polly I was excited about was a different Polly, but the Polly I love and see play, yeah, not on the team right now. So kind of a little bit of sadness. But overall, with J-Waits, they are doing a very good job here.
Absolutely. You've seen J-Waits get involved in multiple plays so far. He has definitely been a good player for this side today, and it is just back and forth. CRR is going to bounce it against the backboard again, unable to capitalize on the shot. Owen's going to get the clearance, but CRR is going to stop it and keep it going. He's going to try for an air dribble. He's a good little bit of feather in there. Sends it back into the middle. The ball is still there. Dorito is there to slot it home, and it's 3-1. Young is better. Are we going to see another comeback? Are they going to... They're going to attempt to bring this back. They need 2 goals in 40 seconds. It is possible.
As we see, the comeback is definitely possible. MCON tried it. It's now the turn for Young is better to get their hands on that ball, get that next goal quickly, because the more time you have, the easier it becomes, of course. And for now, you don't want to end up with just 6 seconds hoping that you can get it in.
Absolutely. 30 seconds remaining. Owen comes off the backboard to get the block. CRR is still there, though. CRR with a demo on Owen, gets rid of him, takes him out of the equation. J-Wait is going to send it into the middle. Dorito with the block. The shot is there. The save from Owen. 14 seconds on the clock. Dorito sends it back into the middle. Owen with a block. J-Wait is going to go up for it. Blocked again by CRR. 7 seconds on the clock. and it is looking less and less likely that this is going to happen for them as that timer is at the second. So we do know MCon Black will take it, but are they going to get the shot? So close there, and MCon Black are going to be up 2-1 in this series.
Yeah, 2-1 up and looking good. I'm wondering where this is going to go because it could go either way now. Both teams have shown a propensity to get like a lead early and then slow down a little bit. They not really know what they want to do with the rest of their lead. They're trying to slow down the game, keep control of the ball, and from there work to the best of their abilities to get some wins here and there on the ball and keep that control. For Young is Better, you just notice they're getting a bit desperate. They want to push forward. They want to get that ball where they can score, but they are just not able to because there's always an MCON Black player there to block it. And if MCON Black can keep that up, they're going to frustrate Young is Better in such a way that I don't see them coming back that well. But if Young is Better can also slow down the play where they can, then they are going to have some good chances here. Because what we saw, either of these teams taking dribble plays, slowing the game down, they looked very good.
Absolutely, anybody can take it at this point, and the kickoff is in, and Owen takes the shot. Dorito not doing much with it at the moment as CRR just sends it downfield. A little bit slower of a kickoff so far. CRR sends it, hits the post, and Dorito is just there to slot it home. Fairly simple, fairly easy, but equally as effective, and that is 1-0 for Young is Better.
It almost looked like they're starting the win trade. Unfortunate rotations here for MCon, giving them no chance to actually save that one because everyone was in an awkward position trying to turning in net, work towards anywhere where they can have a semblance of control over the ball and the field. But now they might be able to get that reset after the kickoff. They can slow it down, get their control. They can definitely get a goal and come back.
Absolutely. 4 minutes 30 on the clock. Dorito's going to send it downfield. Owen is going to be there to block it in the corner. Sends it down, and Wesley's going to hit it downfield once again. J-Waits is just going to carry it and then get the flip. Sends it downfield yet again. Wesley's going to get the block. Dorito's going to send it into the middle, and he does send it into the middle for Aimu. Aimu in the perfect place to just slot that home, and it is 2-0 for Young is Better.
I just noticed that the stream title is a little bit weird because the stream title has been updated to, and then the stream title. So a bit of a copy paste oopsie maybe. Also, so a bit of an oopsie is MCon here. We're not looking at their greatest. They are letting holds fall, and when they do not pressure these players of Young is Better, they got so many chances. Like here, Dorito trying to get it past the defense, but Owen is still there, so one challenge is good. Wesley now tries to extend it with J-Wits, and the control is there, falls into midfield quite dangerously. Nobody on the root side to follow up though.
Yes, it's coming in 2-0 on the scoreboard, and it is 2-1 in the series. Could this be going to a game 5? We certainly hope so, because this action has been fast. It has been fiery. It's coming in again, a great little team play between J-Waits and Wesley, and it's coming in again by Owen. Well, Aimu with a great rotation. Dorito's going to go for the pass back to Aimu. Aimu's going to clear it to the opposition side. J-Waits is going to catch that perfectly. He's going to come off the ceiling, trying to do something with it. Unable to do so, so Owen is there for the follow-up. Owen with the block, and it is still in that Young is Better side. And Wesley is going to block it again. Dorito's going to get the dink off the ceiling. Does touch the ceiling, able to just do a little bit more with that. CRR is just going to send it into the center. And Wesley is just there to clear it yet again. J-Waits is going to go up for it and blocks it again. Great pass to Owen, and Owen is just going to follow it up. And it is sent into the center, but Dorito reads it well and is able to get the block. Aimu is going to send it downfield now. And it is very... Oh, what a series. And the shot comes in, bounces off the crossbar, and Wesley's able to get the clear. Dorito's going to send it back in. 0 boost to work with, though, which is unfortunate for him because he could have done so much more if he'd have had that boost. And Owen's going to go for it now. Owen's going to follow that up. CRR and Dorito is going to go up into the air. Goes for the flip reset. I think he does get the flip reset. Sends it into the middle. CRR with the shot and J-Waits with the block. 2 minutes on the clock. Are we going to game 5?
We might be, and with that third goal on the docket, it looks like it's almost a certainty For now, MCON wants to slow it down, wants to look for dribbles, but the dribbles are not really connecting. They're being challenged a bit more. Their passing plays are sometimes hitting the mark just right, but most of the times are falling flat. And then you run into the issue that you just can't follow up on it. You lose two players from a faulty pass, and then the pressure is on. So they need to tie up those passing lanes a little bit better. And from there, they can really start looking good. But for now,
Mm.
CRR is just saying, we look better.
Absolute Houdini coming off like that. Feathering his booth perfectly, being there at the perfect time. He controlled that perfectly. 4-0 is the scoreline, and this is just, it's domination really at this point from Young is Better, which is really weird because it has been, it's been a very back and forth series, and they are not in the lead in the series. But at this point, it does look like it will be 2-2 and going to a game 5. 1 minute 50 on the clock. But anything can happen in Rocket League. A CRR gets a great block there, stopping the clearance, and Dorito's going to stop the clearance as well. That is a shot. That is a goal. 5-0. Take us to game 5.
Yeah, I think MCON's thinking the same thing. They want to have a mental reset. They want to work on that mental a little bit. Just get calm, get relaxed, and focus up on the next game. Because this one, I mean, they could come back. They could still try some things. They can get a bit frisky. But for now, they're just leaving the ball and the space for their opponents just to do whatever they want. They are not challenging the players when they have the ball, and they are giving up too much space by leaving the ball in no man's land for just a little bit too long.
Absolutely, and the miss comes in right there, and this is very dangerous now. J-Rate is able to block it though, and Dorito was just there waiting. Dorito sends it downfield, unable to do anything with it, as Owen sends it back downfield yet again. CRR with a great block and a boom, and the pass into the middle, and the shot is off. J-Rate is able to save it, and another save from Owen. That could have been disastrous, and it comes in again, and the clearance from Wesley, and it is game on. They are not letting up. They really want an extra goal at this rate.
Yeah, Young is Better is working for that goal, but MCON wants to fight back. Now, if the trend continues, it is probably going to be it's MCON winning the next one and going through to the finals. But with such a dominations and not even any counter goals, it might just be that we see only one chance happening. But here, good control. They get a goal back. If they can shore up their defense, they can still score. MCON can still come back in game 5.
Yeah, MCOM with great communication, and this is what they need to do. I think at this point they know they're not going to take the series, they're not going to take the game, sorry, and they need momentum on their side. A great demo coming in to take out the keeper, to take that defense out. A demos galore coming in, Emo on Owen and Wesley on CRR, and the save comes in from Dorito off a shot from J-Waits. And the pass comes into the middle, and it's slotted home as Owen passes it to Wesley, and Wesley just shoots it into the net. What? Where has this come from? Why couldn't we have this 2 minutes ago?
The creativity is now back. They are letting go. They are finally seeing the Matrix for what it is. They see all like the green lines coming down, and they're like, we now understand. There is no spoon, but there is Rocket League, and there is a timer. They are not going to win this one, but they are still looking strong for the next. Take us to game 5 between MCON Black and Young is Better. This is one for the record books.
What a game of Rocket League we have just witnessed. A Young is Better. They killed it. They killed it. They killed it. That last 30 seconds, though, MRB said, no, we're going to switch up that momentum. Going into game 5 now, you're going into a completely new game. This is it. It's 2-2 in the series. The winner goes to the final. You cannot afford to let up. And MRB have momentum on their side at this point. The question is, will they be able to convert that momentum into an actual goal? Because what a game that was, and what a series we're watching.
Definitely. The series is looking very strong for both teams when they have their moments. The thing is, they can't hold on to those moments. At one point, Young is Better is giving all the room to MRB, and MCON is just walking away with it. It's just doing whatever they want, passing plays and whatnot. But when we have MCON giving all the room to MCON giving all the room to Young is Better, Young is Better is just running off with it because they have that skill as well. MRB is looking for more team play oriented things. So if you can just shut down individual players on Young is Better, then you can get more out of your attacks and out of everything that happens if you just make sure they can not get those long air dribbles, they can not get those long normal dribbles. Do not give them space. Give them no quarter and fight them to the last man, because that's what you need to do to get to that finals.
Absolutely. The final is where you want to be, to competing for that for that victory, for that trophy in the end. You know, that prize money that everybody wants. And we are in to game 5, and what a series this is going to be. The shot comes in. J-Waits is there to get the save. A great rotation from him. He sends it downfield, but unable to control it as CRR just steals it from him. And it comes off the wall, and Wesley just yeets it down to Dorito. J-Waits beats him in that encounter, and Wesley with a shot, and it hits the post. Owen with the shot. MCON Black have shut down that momentum, and they are back in this game.
Yeah, they shut down the momentum from the last game, being stomped the first half, second half, saying we can get a couple of goals, we can get our control back, and from there they have wrenched this finals chance away from Young is Better, but they're still holding on. Nobody is letting up, and we can now see really what Dorito, CRR, and Emu are going to do when they're pushed to their limits.
Absolutely, a great flick comes in from Owen. It's sent back into the middle. The shot is going to be there, but it is deflected. And 4 minutes on the clock, 1 goal in it for their place in the final. CRR is going to get the save right there off a shot from Owen. Sent back into the middle now, and Dorito just gets the clear. CRR is going to pass it back to Dorito. Oh no, he went for Aimu. Aimu missed it, unfortunately. The pass comes into Wesley. The shot is there. What a save from Dorito, bouncing it off the backboard and yeeting it downfield. Owen is going to control this now. He's going to go for it, unable to do anything with it, and Aimu just sends it downfield. Wesley is going to get the block, but they are just there to shut it down again and keep it in that area, and the shot could be on again. And this is an onslaught of offense that we're seeing at this point, and this game could go either way.
Yeah, the skill and the fighting is there. J-Waits with the save at the last second. Emo trying to extend that attack, but CRR now getting beaten. Owen, no boost, has a chance, cannot get it past Growly. They are still fighting for it. It is the attack going the other way, but control once again. Young is Better, looking at a blue player, getting the ball in front of the net. Wesley able to finish. They get their second goal. They get their cushion, but they need to defend it for 3 more minutes.
3 minutes. 5 seconds on the clock. A great pass from J-Waits into the center, and Wesley just there to slot it home. This is going great. And Growly, he's having a really good game over there, but he needs to do something different. And you know, that whole roster of Young is Better now. 3 minutes left, 2 goals down. We have seen them attempt comeback after comeback. The shot is off, but a great save from Owen. And it is all to play for. We know the comeback's there. We know it's possible. It's a question of will they be able to complete it this time. The shot comes in. J-Waits is able to get the save, and the clear, though, sends it to what looks like an open net. Oh, what? No way did he just get that. CRR with a great save, able to rotate at the perfect time. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. They are desperate at this point.
They are desperate, but MCON is fighting back with the same ferocity. It is heart against heart. It's claw against claw, beak against beak. This you won't even see on Animal Planet, if that's even a thing anymore. But it is ruthless, and I love the way they are fighting for every inch of the field.
Absolutely, the shot is on. 2 minutes to go. We need a goal a minute at this point, as Aimu's going to go for it. Owen's going to send it back into the middle. CRR is going to bounce it off the wall. See what happens here. Sends it into the middle. The shot was there from CRR, but hit it a little bit too high. Aimu's going to come in and try to get rid of it. Owen is going to try and get the clearance, and it is still there. Dorito's going to go for the shot. What a save from Wesley! What a game!
End of that, you were just seeing this was going to go in. Nobody's going to be able to be there, but Wesley coming out of nowhere, saving the comfort for MCON Black. But for now, they still need to defend their goal, and it's all aggression all the time. The good block. CRR, can he get back for this one? He cannot, but it's just wide. It's now David's needing to follow. It gets blocked by Growly. CRR shoots it the other way. Wesley cannot take it, but Owen is still there. It's still a back and forth. 1 minute to go, but it's time now to find a goal. Young is Better, or MCON is going to the finals instead of you.
Absolutely, and it is all to play for. CRR's going to send it into the middle to Aimu. Aimu sends it into the middle again. It is still there. Jay waits with the clearance. The demo comes in from Dorito on Jay waits. He's going to control it now. Dorito's going to send it to the middle. Owen is going to try and block it. 1 minute on the clock. It is all to play for. 2 goals are needed on the side of Young is Better. MCON Black are going to be very happy with this if they can get to that final. Send it hits off the crossbar, off that backboard, and their pressure is on. CRR sends it into the middle. Is it there? Dorito! Owen is there to clear it yet again, and a desperation. The pressure is there, and the demo comes in off Aimu. J-Waits is going to get the demo on CRR to stop that offense. 30 seconds on the clock. Is it possible?
There is still some time left with those 20 seconds now counting down. Breathing room for MCON, exactly what they want. Every major clear that they do is one they definitely need. The block there from Emu was not good enough, but CRR, good pass there to Dorito. Dorito with a shot, gets it past. And we have a chance. One more kickoff to decide it. 10 seconds on the clock. Can Young is Better do what MCON Black couldn't a couple of games ago?
If they want to do something, they have to do it now. 10 seconds on the clock. We're going into the kickoff. This is anybody's game at this moment in time. It comes in. J-Waits is going to send it downfield. J-Waits is going to keep it there. The block comes out. It is sent downfield.
Drop. No.
1 second. It is on the 0 clock. Owen's going to send it. Dorito's going to try and keep it up. And MCON Black take the victory. And MCON Black have booked themselves a place in this final. What a game. What a series. That was entertainment.
That was definitely entertainment. It was such strong defense here from MRB. The shots here and there, not the strongest from Young and Better, but the amount of shots, one of them should have gone in. One of them should have dropped by one of the defenders. But at the end of it all, that just wasn't the case. That wasn't what was happening here. And the beauty of it was that both teams either team could have taken this, either team could have walked away with this, but it was that advantage of winning the first game for MCON Black that put them in the right position to win the 5th. They were trading wins back and forth, but if you start then, you are the one that is looking good. And now's the question, can they do it in the grand finals?
Absolutely. You have to have that momentum on your side, and that momentum was shut down so many times. That game on any other day could have gone either way. And it could have gone either way tonight. You know, that was a great series. And each roster, you know, there were little errors on each team to work on. But overall, the mechanics were insane. The amount of Houdini plays we saw in that game was great. And that was an epic series to cast. And the finals now, oh, if we get more of that in the finals, I'm pretty sure my voice is just going to be gone by the end of this.
We are probably going to get that because we have Kensho waiting in the finals. They fought their way through one of the Russian level teams, which is an insane team. Lekom is one of those insane high level players, those godly players with a team around them. They can do very well. So Kensho got there, and now it's MCON Black facing them. We will get that on your screen after a short break. So do not touch that browser because the next game is probably going to be even more madness.
picking up the pieces that I lost in the lobby. I put you against the wall, you had us body to body. I can't help the way you make me feel, it's so hard to copy. Let's find common ground, meet me in a lost and found, yeah. Dark days turning into dark nights. I hit the strip and spend it all, I'm having hard times. I reminiscing at me looking through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you bright, 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 like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic, mic, mic. You know I'ma get it right, right, right. So stay with me, run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.
Well, that was a quick countdown. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are once again Rocket Core. I am still Gavashian. This is still the magical Mike. And ooh, now I'm just imagining you strip that strip
Don't
music. I
even.
like that. I like where this is going. Okay, this is going to be a good cast. We have for you a very special treat. This special treat is the grand finals between MCOM Black and Kensho Gaming. I am super excited about this one. This is going to be a little bit tricky because we like as we've all known there's been teams that or there's been a little bit of trouble making private matches, so the teams now have names blue and orange, so we're going to try our best to keep the names where they need to be, of course, for all of you and your entertainment. But if we get confused, I apologize. I am an idiot. Don't worry about Mikey. Let's get this going. Mikey, are you hype?
Absolutely. We are in the final after an intense series. MCon have just been absolutely killing it. Like, we're at the point where that last series was absolutely astonishing. This series, both of these teams are incredibly talented. Both of these teams have got the mechanics. Both of these teams, they've played together. This could be possibly. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm hype anyway because it's my first final to cast, so it's gonna be epic, and I'm down for it. I am here for it. Who do you think is gonna take the win?
It's all going to depend on which team can get their flow going against the other. There's going to be a feel out period with this one for sure, because both teams have a passing kind of play style that they want to play with. And it's just who can get their passing play style rolling faster. And then it's about, can you counter that move? So it becomes whoever gets the first step right are going to be looking good. But then it's about reacting. And I think for now, I'm tentative, and I might be biased here for MCon to maybe take this.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we did see in the series earlier that MCon, when they have their groove, they're extremely good. You know, last series could have gone either way, and we've said this, but I also think that the team of Kensho Gaming, we also saw them earlier today, and they also performed really well. I think this is going to come down to the wire, and it is just going to be a case of who can capitalize on it first, and who can get that opportunity first. Who is the person that will turn around and be like, okay, we're taking this? I think it's whoever gets the momentum first carries that momentum into the next game. Because we saw it last game, it was back and forth, and then it was only towards the end, really, that it was decided. But I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be a great series.
Yeah, it's a different test now for me. It feels like MCon is having to challenge, because SRR was the backbone of the previous team. He was just the way to distribute the ball, to make everything happen. And on the other side, Kensho looked very strong, looked very good at their passing plays, but they looked a little bit slow and were very strong as they were in challenge that well. We saw this in MCon, them able to do that very well. So it's on Jaywitz to create some room, and for the rest of the players to start to keep facilitating that and rotating around that so very well. Kensho is not a bad team, so I think it's going to be pretty close, but you're never actually sure, and especially if a caster picks a side, that usually means that team is caster cursed and is going to have a hard time.
So the fact is, I'm going to choose whatever team you have not chosen, just to cancel that curse out. Okay, that is how this is going to work, and I am going to have faith in Kensho Gaming here.
Yeah. Okay, so you have faith in Kensho Gaming. You're following Face. Big shout out to you. Fun guy to cast with, but he is doubting my knowledge. And I mean, that's fair. I doubt my knowledge every day. But what I do not doubt is that we are ready to get into game. So let's get these players here and ready to rock, because I am excited for these finals. Let's go.
Absolutely. And Team Blue is going to be MCon Rotterdam Black, and Team Orange is going to be Kensho Gaming, to make that clear from the outset. And we are going to get into it now. 3, 2, 1, and the kickoff is underway as it just ends up in the end. Nobody really wins that one as J-Wait's going to go for it. Polly ended up hitting that one himself. A very, very quick start from both teams, really, and it's slowed down a little bit now. Noah's going to pass it back to Polly. Polly's going to go up the wall now, come off the wall, and try to send it down. Unable to do so, though, as Owen is just there. The shot is on, but the shot comes out. But Wesley with the save, and Noah demos Wesley for his troubles. J-Waits is going to hit it once again. Owen's going to send it into the center of the area. Noah is going to get the clear. Bird's going to go up. He's feathering his move nicely, controlling it nicely in the air, going for that little bit of an air dribble, and it sends it back down to Polly. Polly going for the pass into the center to Noah, unable to do so with a little bit too much power, and it is very, very fast already. And, you know, we're only 45 seconds into it. But Kensho Gaming, you know, they seem to have the pressure on their side at this point.
Yeah, they have all the pressure on the side. They keep the middle very clean. I see a couple of loose balls here for MCon. They are throwing the ball very far forward and not following up on it properly. So they give away a lot of chances, but good chance here. Good first shot. Wesley, once again, that defender that they need in the goal.
Absolutely, a great ground pinch there, sends it in there, and Wesley's got that great rotation that we talked about earlier, and they need to have that if they want to keep it up here. And you know, they seem to be out of the box a little bit now, sends it in to the middle, and unfortunately J-Waves turns around at the worst time for them and unable to do anything with it. Polly's gonna go for the clearance now. He's gonna send it downfield, but Owen's gonna fly up and get the easy block. Owen comes off the wall, gets the block again. Bird is there to stop it, though, and Wesley is just there to pinch it with Bird to the other side. 3 minutes 15 on the clock. No goal so far as Wesley gets the demo on Noah. Comes into the wall now. Bird's going to send it up the wall again, and that did not seem to help them as he thought it was. Noah with a great pinch against the backboard there. Sent into the middle again. That net is wide open. Is he going to be able to get there? And he is able to get there. J-Waits able to get that rotation on point pretty much.
Yeah, pretty slow and methodical control there. You love to see it the way where you know your teammates are not back. You want to slow that down a little bit, but here there's a lot of skills. Kensho showing us how strong they are, and it's still MCon trying to get their footing in this game. But for now, it seems Kensho is on the upper hand.
Absolutely, as Noah gets the touch into the center, the pass is there. And that is the first goal of this final, and Kensho Gaming take the lead. Polly slotting it into that net. 1-0 to Kensho Gaming in game number 1.
Yeah, the touch there on the side, more giving a pass into midfield. Kensho getting all the chances there, and it's still wobbly for MCon. If they can recover, they're probably going to be looking a lot stronger, but they need to make sure they have their rotation set. It could be the jitters of being in the finals. Wesley and Owen have been here before. They have done more finals here on Rocket Core. They've never been able to finish it, I don't believe, not even when they were playing for GA. But now they are trying again. They're looking good, but are they good enough? And there is the counter-attack goal.
That counter-attack was so well to capitalize on the rotation, and I'm going to have to go off memory right now as I'm just lagging with latency here. But that worked really well because he just slotted it in the little gap that was needed in between him and the net. And when that rotation just isn't as perfect as it should be, unfortunately, that results in a goal, and we are all even in this game. And this is what you love to see. This is going to be one of them games. This is going to be a classic.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a powerful one, but here now, good chances there. Polly able to get the shot, not on net, so it's not as dangerous. Good pass into midfield, control there by Owen, trying to follow it up. It is still controlled by Birdsey, and overall, we see a very big pension of wanting to get these infield passes there, and they have been good for MCon when they do get there, but they are so bad if you are not ready for them. The bump creates enough space, and Noah's able to just slot that top corner with no defender in sight.
Absolutely, that rotation there was just a little bit off, which left the net open again, and they can't keep doing that. You have to have your rotation on point, otherwise the opposing team will just capitalize on it, and hopefully we'll see a little bit better there. J-Waits attempted to go up for it, had no boost. Polly's gonna go for it. Owen is just there to try and slot it home, but Bird with a great save. Coming back in now, and Noah's just going to try and get the clear. He does get it. He does manage to pick up the boost as well. J-Waits has still got 0 boost. Noah is just going to balance it on his car a little bit. Just being a little bit more patient, a little bit more methodical. Gets the flick even, off the bottom of the wall. Just coming in now, and a great... Oh, not a very good hit from Wesley there. That's unfortunate for him. A little bit lucky for the Kensho Gaming side that it did end up going that way. Sent back towards the Kensho Gaming goal now. Polly's just going to try and take it. And it's things that you love to see. The passing plays and the slow methodics from them is what we've really been seeing towards, in the last stages of this game.
Yeah, you see a bit of fear coming in for MCon now. There was a good chance there to get a goal. Here they have another one. The shot is there, and Owen slots it in. T-Rex back on the field, but what a play. And a lot of room given to MCon. A bit too much respect, because there needs to be a challenge there.
Yeah, completely. And 2-2 in game one. Are we going to see an overtime already in the first game? Like, that was a great goal, a great little play there, and just means that game one is evened up. And this whole series can go either way, but which way is this game gonna go? 12 seconds on the clock. Wesley slots it, and no way have they done it. In 30 seconds they have come from 2-1 down, and they are now 3-2 up in this game.
But can they keep it, or is it possible? Neither MCon nor the previous team we saw was able to do it. Kensho now has their chance to finish that one up. Young is Better was not able to do it either. It's now Kensho. Can they do it in the last couple of seconds? Here's Birdsey, has his chance, tries to fly up, goes for the air dribble. Wesley is there to control that one. They're leaving it. It's dropping down. Big clear comes in. If they can let the ball drop, it's over for this game. But my lord, what a good first game here. This one could really go anywhere, but MCon start off on the right foot.
I could not explain my surprise at the fact that MCon just spun that around so quickly. We saw it in the previous series that MCon can mount a comeback when they want to. They weren't able to complete it in the last series. But this series, they are able to do so. They were 2-1 down in the last 45 seconds, and that is proof you should never give up in Rocket League, because you never know when you're going to get that goal. And unfortunately, both rosters are really... There were gaps in their rotation. If you have them little gaps, them little mistakes, people are going to capitalize on it. And at this point in this competition, you're in the final. You cannot have them mistakes. And for MCon, but both rosters, you can't be scared of it. You just have to be on form. And MCon, they got fairly lucky at the end of that, in my opinion, to take that game.
Yeah, as you saw, a couple of mistakes coming in for MCon. They fell back a little bit. They shored up their back rotation. Their third man was in the right place the entire time at the end of it, and that shored them up a bit more. What I do find very interesting for MCon is that they are, like, if I was negative, I would say they're inconsistent, but they seem to be adjusting their playstyle very much to what their opponents are doing at the time, and it's helping them get a lot of chances created. But for now, it's again an attack coming here. Is it going to be all defense again for MCon Black, or are they going to mount this counter attack and make it work?
Oh, I just hope there's going to be more attacking coming from them. The flick comes in from Noah into the middle. Wesley able to block it and pass it to Owen. Owen's going to take it off the phone. He's going to feather his boost, and he's going to really go for that. And Wesley is now going to take over, sends it into the middle. The demo comes in from Owen on Noah. One defender taken out of the equation, but Bird is able to catch it. And it looks like Wesley tried to steal that from him. Unable to make contact with the ball, which means unable to do so. But Owen does come in to take it again. Polly with a great block. Polly with a much needed clear. Noah is able to get on that and send it a little bit more forward, but the block comes in yet again. And the pinch against the wall, the pinch against each other, even towards the wall, bounces off Noah's cart. Noah's going to bounce it up against the corner, try and set it up into the middle. Owen sends it up. Bird's going to send it up into the air, go up for it. He's out of boost now, but Wesley is just going to be there to steal it from him. Owen tries a backflip to send it back. On board with Bird, as he's only got 23 boosts, as Polly goes for it, gets it, sends it to Wesley. Wesley is there to just get the block fairly easily. The backflip yet again, and the passing plays, they are really going for these passing plays in this game. They're trying to switch it up a little bit, and as you said, they are adjusting their strategy as they need to.
Yeah, but here, good challenge from Wesley was very needed, because good chances there. It's an open net. Can they get it in front of the net? It falls there, not get the finish. We see a very quick attacking style from the orange team. Yeah, okay, I forgot their name. Damn it. But,
Kensho Gaming.
Kensho Gaming, that's the one. I wanted to say Ascend, but no, that's not it. Kensho Gaming, they have very good passes out of defense. Every time they get the defensive touch, there's someone waiting for the ball there, able to get some control. But here's Owen with a good chance. A shot, not high enough to get past the defender. So defense is still good, but pressure being mounted, and that's something we hadn't seen before here from MCon Black. They are able to put it on for now.
Yeah, it is. That pressure is mounted as Jay is going to go and try and send that, unable to do so, and it bounces down. Wesley is there to get the block again. J-Waits is going to come forward. Owen is actually going to take that from him. The demo comes in from Noah on. J-Waits sends it to the middle to Wesley. Wesley's going to go for the shot. Hits it a little bit too high, but like Polly might have got a little hit on that to send it higher than expected. Noah's going to go a bit more methodical, a bit slower, gets the flick on, and tries to follow it up, but J-Waits reads it really well to get that block. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, and again, this can go either way at this point.
What a touch. Not enough mustard on it to get it past there, but what control. Passing play not happening either. The defense is being tested here from Kensho. It is magnificent the way MCon is trying to switch this one up, but that's the kind of mistakes we've seen before. We have seen this before. They are doing it again. They're letting the goal be open and MCon get punished completely.
Yeah, we have said it a few times now that they can't leave that net open like that, because when you leave that net open like that, it is just going to, it's just going to go wrong, and it is just going to go in the net. As we have just seen, it did not go to plan, which is unfortunate for them at this point. This game and this series can still go either way though, because at this point, it is only 1-0. And Kensho Gaming, as it's just all going on in front of me. And Kensho Gaming, they're going to be looking to hopefully extend their lead a little bit. But Bird's going to come down now. Wesley's going to send it onto the wall, up the corner, sends it into the middle. Is J-Bait's going to get there? He does get there. It bounces off the crossbar. The equalizer is there. It's 1-1, and this game can go either way.
Yeah, but you see what MCon was trying to do this entire time. The way they're trying to push forward and keep the ball on the orange side, they're working through it very well by using a very aggressive rotation for it. You see the weaknesses as well. Those long balls that go in, that's what you're afraid of. But if you stop all those long clears, then you can get so much pressure on. And MCon is trying to put the screws in this torture device. It could work, but Kensho is still fighting back very well.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to be able to just stop what the opposition is doing. They were getting them long clears fairly well, and when you stop that, it switches up the level. It switches up the play massively. Bird's going to go up now and go for the shot. He does get the shot and goes into the net. And just like that, Kensho Gaming have taken the lead in game number 2. Are they going to even up this series at this point?
One defensive mistake is all it takes, and I would say there, J-Wits, rotate on the other side of the field when the ball's there. Maybe would be good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Would have been better, but for now, small mistakes are what it takes, and it's those small margins right now that are doing it. But great passing plays once again from Kensho. They are able to get the ball, the defense, so well by looking for each other in the passing ways. And now MCon falling apart. Can they find at least one more goal to get their confidence backers? For now, Kensho is playing well.
Yeah, we have seen this a few times from them, where they have just turned around and sort of let it fall apart towards the end of a game. And at this point, it isn't too bad that they've let another goal in. Obviously, it is what it is. They've let that goal in. They just have to get another to get momentum on their side at this point. They have to get something to stop it. And the shot's coming in, and the onslaught of offense is there, sent back downfield now as Owen heads up for it, just dinks it into the air. And Polly's going to jump up, hit that down. It's just balanced right now as Owen's really methodical and smart with his little placements of where he's putting the ball. He reads every little thing that somebody tries to do, and he has a follow-up for it. Are they going to get this goal? Owen sends it up. It is still in the middle, but Noah is able to hit it out, and Kensho Gaming will even up the series 1-1.
Yeah, Kensho Gaming really surviving that onslaught of attacks we saw from MCon and able to turn that one around, take grip back into the game and work their way through the defense. Couple of mistakes on the defensive net for MCon, easily fixed by just focusing up on that rotation, making sure that backboard and like just the entire back net is not as undefended as it was. Always have someone looking with one eye towards the goal. Keeping up the pressure is important, but keeping your goal safe is even more important. And for Kensho, if they can keep pushing up the pressure like this, they can like absorb this pressure and counterattack very well. They are looking great. They are controlled. They know the way they need to be doing this and know the way they want to be doing this. And I'm looking very much forward to this next game because it's now 1-1. It could still go any which way, and that's just the way we like it.
Absolutely. This can go either way as we get into the kickoff now. It is sent sideways. And Bird is going to send it towards the center. Unable to do so because Wesley's just there to block him. We haven't really heard much from Wesley in the last few games. And hopefully he'll be able to just step it up a little bit and just get himself out there a little bit. And Polly going for a bit of a... Not too sure what he was going for. I don't know how to describe that, not going to lie. But it is what it is. And just a Bird with a great in-air pass to Noah. And it's sent into the center of the area. And this is the thing. At this point, you're only 30 seconds into this game. What do you do? Oh, that was a chance that was just missed very well. But what do you do if you're both these teams now? What are your thoughts going into this game?
Making sure you can keep control of the ball and play it methodical, play it controlled, because you don't want to give away too many chances. And we see it here. The control is there for Kensho. But MCon still working on trying to get their footing back into the game. They're still a little bit shaky. They know we've seen them recover from this before, but can they do it now before too many goals go against them and they fall too far behind in this game?
Yeah, this is the thing you gotta look out for. And Wesley steals it, slots it home. MCon Black have answered back after losing that game, and they are in the lead in game number 2.
They are fighting, they are working, they are trying every single thing to see if they can get a win here. Overall, still looking so good for Kensho. Kensho really a team that wants to be that methodical control team, has the kind of passing plays, but it's individual plays like this, the amount of control that we're seeing here, that is still pretty good. If every ball can keep getting challenged, we might not get the unfortunate 50s that led to the counter goals. But for now, it is all on Kensho to find that goal and tie us up again.
Yeah, it can go either way still at this point, but Kensho Gaming needs to do something if they want to take this game. The shot comes in from Owen. It's going to bounce off the backboard. The setup is still there, and Dewey's... Oh, what a save from Bird! Did not know if he was going to be able to get that, but a great save from him. That net is left wide open, and Noah's unable to do anything with it, though, as Wesley comes off the backboard to get the deflection. 3 minutes on the clock. 1-0 to MCon. Oh, what a game.
Yeah, lots of time left, so it's not over yet. We have more excitement still in store for you. Birdsey looking to pass that one forward. Nobody there to follow up on that one. So Jaywitz, now the recipient of that ball, goes over it. Leaves one of the teammates, falls a bit awkwardly, but misses there. Owen probably a little bit scared there, but still, they are trying to get that ball away. And here we notice one of the few weaknesses. Wesley is not the kind of same control player. Gives away the ball. Noah able to take that ball, look for that control. Nobody challenging means a good flick into the corner. Hard to defend.
Very hard to defend indeed, and that was extremely difficult right there. And it is all even in this game, all even in this series, and yet again, it can go either way. And this is juicy as Noah's going to control it. He's going to try and get fake, unable to do so anything with it. There was Bird, pinches it against the wall and just gets rid of that right there. How did nobody capitalize on that opportunity, though, as the net was just left wide open, and that net's left wide open, and Noah just comes through and slots it. That rotation needs improving.
I'm getting summer, like Rocket would get Summer Grand Finals flashbacks here, where it was Oxygen versus Renault Vitality. Ball goes one way, all players follow it, it doesn't go in, and the ball goes quickly the other way for a goal. It is looking good for Kensho now. They are taking control back in the game, and if they stop making mistakes, MCon is going to have a hard time getting through. But MCon still fighting, still wanting to get that chance, wanting to get to match point, and they are going to try and do everything in the power to get there.
Absolutely, they will fight this, and they will fight this hard as it comes off of Bird right there. And Bird is just going to follow it. It's not been missed right there with Bird right there. What on earth just happened in a final of a tournament? It has all fallen apart for MCon right there.
It was Bird looking at Wesley and trying to go for the bump, Wesley had to adjust a little bit, moving aside to dodge the demo, and was in an awkward position because you just quick adjustment means that you're not always sure. After that, we were expecting a quicker shot, wasn't happening, and so it was an awkward goal. But now MCON needs to find their way back, but hit off the backboard. Can they finish it? Noah still following it up. Wesley with a chance, backboard now defended, so the chances there are going to be slim indeed.
Yeah, I think the issue really for MCON is their rotation. Their rotation seems to have just fallen apart a little bit. And you said it before about your flashbacks and the fact that it was all players chasing that ball. You can't have that in Rocket League. If you want to be successful, you have to capitalize on the opposite team going for it. They need to get their rotation together and stop leaving that net wide open, because the amount of times we've seen an overcommit come in. Ooh, that was very dangerous again. And a block comes in. And Owen seems to be having a few issues there. Not too sure what he's doing, but Wesley's going to get the hit. Owen's going to hit it to J-Wait, and he's going to go oh. He's going to go for it. He's going to send it into the middle. Ooh, that was very close indeed, as Noah just gets the save. And how has that ball not gone in that net?
They are trying everything. They're throwing everything. I think I saw a kitchen sink in there. Oh no, there's the kitchen sink. Is it working? Yes, they get it. After the kitchen sink, there is a hole, and J-Wits is able to slot it in. Can they do it? We've seen it before. 23 seconds on the clock. Is that enough to tie up that game?
23 seconds left. Anything can happen in Rocket League. This is a juicy one, as Polly's going to take it up. The kickoff's off, and it is going down. Wesley's going to hit it up again. J-Waits does a backflip. J-Waits, he's going to bounce it off the corner. The demo comes in from Polly on Wesley, and that could be a very important demo indeed to stop that offense. 3-2 at the minute, and that's a great clear. Exactly what they needed, and Bird has just sent that to the opposition area. Wesley with a flick up, and Bird's just going to hit it down to the ground, and Kensho Gaming take game number 2, and they are 2-1 up in this series after what seemed to be a very, very juicy series, a very, very juicy game, that was full of a hell of a lot of rotational mistakes.
Yeah, twists and turns were really not working here for MCON Black. I'm looking at, like, Kensho is very much the stronger team mechanically here, and that is part of a big difference, because we know J-Wits is a very strong mechanical player. Wesley and Owen are showing their things off as well. It's interesting now that it's a very strong mechanical team that knows how to use their passing plays very well and is going to be very strong for that. Kensho is showing us what that can do when you get that on just a little bit higher of a level. But I'm still saying MCON has a chance. They need to stop making these kind of mistakes, and chances will be there, just like that one.
Absolutely, and we saw the rotation back right there, and it is just back and forth in this series. It's been a twist. So far, it's been a story of twists and turns. As the shot is on, the net is open. What on earth just happened for Kensho Gaming? How did that end up happening? We've just spoke about this. We just spoke. You cannot leave the net wide open, and that is exactly what they have done right there.
Bumps and demos, my friend. Bumps and demos. If you can disrupt an extremely fast rotation with some bumps and demos, you can get past there. But it is control that is needed. And for now, it really seems like control can go to either one team that chooses for it. The challenges need to be clean enough to make sure that the ball does not get a clean touch for either team. 50s are decent, but J-Wits here is really trying to pull out all the stops. We've seen this before. When MCON Black's in trouble, who you're going to call? J-Wits. He's the one that's now going to try and carry this team to victory with his fancy style. And Owen and Wesley just need to make sure that they cover him.
The shot was there, but Owen with a great save right there. And Owen's just with the fake as well. He's going to pass it to Wesley. Wesley got blocked right there by Noah, I believe that was. And J-Waits is going to send it back into the area. He's going to keep it there. It's up in the air. Owen's going to go for the dunk. Owen misses it, but Wesley's there. The save comes in from Noah. J-Waits is going to try to keep it there, and it is still... Oh, it is spicy. They are going for another goal. They are really trying. They are fighting. They do not want to give anything to Kensho Gaming to take the series, and that is 2-0, and MCON Black are in the lead.
And what a play here. Wesley takes his time, gets the flip reset, and that sets up Jaywitz perfectly for the shot. Nobody in net was able to defend that one. There's still a long time to go, so Kensho can still tie up this game, but they need 2 goals now, and that is going to get harder and harder as the MCOM boys bite down into their defense and are going to try to not let anything more through.
Absolutely. 2-0 is the score. 2-1 to Kensho Gaming in this series. And MCOM Black are doing everything that they need to do at this moment in time to not fall in the final. And it's coming back off now. Polly is going to get the block. The demo comes in from Bird on Wesley, and the net is wide open because of it. And Polly slots it home. 2-1. Kensho Gaming, they want to shut it down.
Kensho has a lot of strings to their bow, as you can see here. They were playing a lot on individual plays, trying to move past defenders with mechanical skill. But when that didn't work, okay, let's go. Let's go look for some demo plays. They're using those now. Control coming through that, working very well. And it's scrambles here now for MCOM Black. They're trying to keep their goal like cleaner than they want it to go, but I'm not sure if they can keep this up because pressure is mounting. Good pass off the backboard now. Jaywit's not able to finish that one. Wesley's now with the extra shot, but the defense is already there. The awkward touch kind of lets that fizzle out.
Yeah, 2 minutes 35 on the clock, and I think if you're MCOM Black, you just have. Yeah, you have to be going for it. You have to be going for more goals, but you have to make sure your rotation is very defense-based. You have to make sure there is always somebody back at literally every time possible, and everybody's aware of where people are. So the demo comes in from Wesley on Bird, and a great save right there. And it can still go either way.
It can still go either way, but I love what Kensho is doing. They are really playing cool, calm, and collected. Every time they have a chance, they make sure that the ball gets past one of the defenders. If there's no one there, they'll just wait. For now, good chance here for Owen. Goes up for the air dribble, gets it past one, not on the backboard. The block is there from Polly, so averting that disaster as well. And now the counterattack is coming in very quickly. This is still a very exciting game, and I'm not sure who's going to take it, but Kensho is trying their hardest, and MCOM Black has a hard time keeping up.
They do have a hard time keeping up as it comes in. The shot comes in, the blocks are there. It's back in the center. The dunk comes in, and Noah slots it home. The equalizer is there. Kensho Gaming wants this title.
Yeah, Kensho does not want this to go to a game 5. They don't want to see what happens there. But 1.5 minutes left. It can still go either way, but we see the floundering here for MCOM Black. They are strong, but they are missing a couple of rotational niches where they're leaving too much space for their opponent, and those spaces are where Kensho lives. They use every moment they can to just destroy whatever they can, and the crossbar is now also the enemy of MCOM.
Yeah, great little play there. We really thought that was going to go in, and Bird just arrowed in the wrong way right there. Unable to do anything with that. But if you're MCOM, you need to hit the regain. At the end of the day, if you lose this, you lose you're losing in the final. It's still a great placement nonetheless, but you don't want to be doing that, and they still have a game 5 to send it to possibly, but how that didn't go from then either. Ooh.
What an attack there. Almost getting in. MCOM is sweating bullets for sure, trying to keep that one out. But the pressure is here. Kensho doing all they can to just pressure out their opponents with bumps, demos, and all of the good touches just to get it anywhere. And we just see the clears when they are too far. Control for Kensho. When they're not far enough, control for Kensho. They need to find the right touches, the just right touches, or else they're going to be in defense the entire time. With the last few seconds, here comes a counterattack. Ball falls. Interestingly, Jaywitz now has a chance to keep that one up, but now the counterattack is here. Noah with a long shot. Owen is still there, trying to send it back. Birds now has a chance. Can't get the good touch. It's bounced there by Noah. Still goes the other way, and now we have overtime. Let's see where this goes.
We are in overtime. Cannot stress how incredible this series has been so far. He's going for that overtime shot already. He's Jaywitz, sorry. And Polly's going to try and flick it. Unable to do so. Just moves it forward a little bit. Noah catches it as it comes down. Jaywitz just yeets Noah off it. Owen with the little tap up. Owen's going to keep hold of it. Owen with another block. Bird's going to try and get rid of it out of that corner. The shot is on. That could have been very dangerous right there. 30 seconds into overtime. Who's taking this?
Oh, good pass there, Jay-Wait's back to Owen. The shot is there, it bounces straight forward, and Owen finishes it. It is the Wembley, the T-Rex that sounds the alarm for Game 5.
How have they done that? What an absolute game. I am speechless at that. MCON Black. The onslaught of offense was there. It was shot after shot after shot. It was demo, the passing plays, the rotation from Bird was insane, and how they stepped it up. They needed to get to that overtime. They got to the overtime. They hit that mental reset. They have taken this to Game 5. The question is, can they carry that momentum into the next game, or will they fall to Kensho Gaming?
That is the $75 question, or €75, or £75. I'm not sure. I'm dumb, so I don't know. 75 like sim millions are here for up to play. You can pimp out your sim house and get that pool that you can drown your players in. Let's go. But looking at these looking at these two teams and how everything has been going, the biggest thing I've noticed is small mistakes. Either team can make a small rotational mistakes, and that is all it takes for the other team to punish. We've seen overall MCON make a couple more, but because of insane individual performances, have been able to keep out most of those and able to stay in the running going to Game 5. On the other hand, we have small mistakes happening. They happen less often, but they almost always get punished. So Ken Shona needs to make sure they shore up those defenses and don't make those mistakes again, and they can start looking at the win here. But it's all to play for. Game 5 is here. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely, and Game 5 is underway, and what a series we have seen. Two great one great final, one great semi-final, and it has been absolutely insane. And we are underway. 15 seconds already gone, and it's fairly slow at the minute. The demo's coming in on both sides of the field. Sent into the middle yet again, and the block comes in. The shot is there from James. What a save from Noah! How did he save that?
I don't know, but after that fluster clock, it was inevitable that a goal should have gone in like Thanos. It should have been, but it wasn't. One snap, the ball's away. The chances are still here, but now it's MCON needing to defend their goal. They don't get it. Pauly finishes it off and start off the scoring here in Game 5 Grand Finals.
This is what Kensho Gaming needed. Kensho Gaming, after losing that, they needed to hit that counter attack, and it looked like the defense were very, very nervous then. And that should have been saved. That really should have done at this level. I'm surprised that wasn't saved right there. And all of a sudden, Kensho Gaming, they are in the lead. They are in the driver's seat to take the victory, to take the tournament.
Now, I've got one other thing about MCON that I'm kind of noticing. They're all bunching up in the left corner. And that doesn't bode well when a team bunches up a little bit too much. It always feels a bit panicky. You don't have the room for a good passing place. What a catch there from Owen. Still has momentum. Goes low. The 50 stops it dead in its tracks. And the follow-up is the defense here for Kensho. Can we see it happen? Is there going to be a tie-up, or is there going to be an extension of the lead?
That was an absolute Houdini catch. Is dead into the middle. What a save from Noah. How has that not gone in that net?
I mean, there's almost a curse on the orange net here. Every chance they have, every moment that there should have been a goal, Kensho able to voodoo their way out of that one. You might have Houdinis, but this is the real voodoo.
And it is still there. Noah is on a tirade today. The flick comes in, but Wesley is there to save it. He's going to head up for it. J-Waits is going to come off the wall, unable to do anything with it. Pauly does a backflip. Bird is there to get the block, though, and Owen is there to follow it up. A great catch we saw a minute ago from Owen, and if that had gone in, that would have been an absolutely insane goal. Sent back into the middle now. Owen is just there to catch it again. Owen's going to follow that up. He's going to feather his booth fairly well. It's past it. It's a J-Waits who sent it into the middle. The setup is still there, but it's a little bit too slow. It doesn't seem like people are necessarily going for what they need to go for. And another close one from Noah. I'm just astounded that there hasn't been more goals in this game with the attempts that we've seen.
Yeah, but the attempts are happening. All the demos are happening. Noah takes a stroll down the red carpet of bloods with all the defenders out of the way. We get that goal, and it's 2-0 to Kensho. Now, can MCon still come back? There is time, but is there willpower?
We have seen it time and time again. We've seen it from this team time and time again. The comeback is possible, and will they be able to do it is another story. The pass comes in. Oh, misses left, right, and center. J-Wait is going to carry that, though. A great catch. He's going to take it up the wall. He is going to go off the ceiling. He's going to try and go for an air dribble, go for a little bit of a flip reset. Unable to do so. Wesley's going to slot it home, and there is the goal that they need. Momentum is back on their side. 2-1 to Kensho Gaming in the 5th game of the final of this tournament.
Where were you when Jaywood said, I got this, guys? With the air dribble, outplays all defenders. Nobody there. Demos can work, but now Jaywood's can work too. Flick is there. He's tying it up. 1:51 left, and you can see that palindrome, but we can see this going to overtime now.
How many times have I said it? You can see the comeback from this team. We've seen it time and time again. It is equal in about 20 seconds. 1:51 on the clock. Anything can happen. What a game. What a final we are witnessing right here.
Yeah, and Jaywood's again trying to do something fancy, seeing if he can get it done. But the counterattack needs to be there now. Can we see Kensho do this? Can they find their chances? Good touch here. Paulie looking for the angle. Not able to finish that one off, and the counterattack goes in quick. Owen dodges one demo, second one not there, but Jaywood plays it past there. A good whim wham there to get it past the defender, and we are in MCon winning territory now.
J-Waits is not the normal person for this team, but if you are on that team, he is somebody you need to pick up instantly. MCon Black, they have taken the lead after being 2-0 down, 1:21 on the clock. Birdie's going to go for it now. Holly is going to hit it, and J-Waits is going to try and go for it. Noah's going to hit it back into the center. He's going to go for an air dribble. Oh, is it going to hit it? No, the clearance is there. The net is not wide open as Bird is able to rotate the perfect time. J-Waits is going to go for it and send it once again down the field. 1 minute on the clock. 3-2 to MCon Black. Can Kensho Gaming bring this back? Or will MCon Black justify their entire performance this tournament and seal that victory?
Yeah, it is a bit of a desperation play now coming out of Kensho. A lot of moves out there that they're doing. They're really throwing everything at it, but they're not following up well enough anymore. You can see they're a little bit frazzled, and here it comes now. Owen misses the open net. That could be crucial. They're still ahead. There's still 35 seconds left, but you never know what Kensho can do. Here comes Noah, passes it forward. Nobody there to follow up on it, and it's back into the orange corner.
25 seconds to go. J-Waits demos the opponent. Owen is there. Owen's going to slot it home. 4-2. And if that goal does not guarantee either MCon Black take your Rocket Court Weekly Cup, I don't know what will. What a goal. What a play. This has been an insane series.
The man, the myth, the meme, Owen is there to slot that one in. Great work from Jaywood. 21 seconds to go. Here's the chance now. Ball flies up. We have Wesley trying to follow up on that one. Gets a bit of an awkward touch. It's now Paulie. You know what he can do with the ball. Gets a dribble, gets a flick. Jaywood's there with the defense. But now, good shot there. Gets blocked again by Jaywood. It falls into an awkward position. The time is running out. They need to get a goal quick, but it falls the other way. And it's going to go in. The end is here. This is over. GG's to MCon Black. They get the win.
GG's, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, 1 second on the clock. 5-2. It is pretty much said and done. Props to Noah and Polly for sticking around in this game. Just to finish it off, it's going to go down. It is going to hit the ground. And ladies and gentlemen, MCon Black are your Rocket Core Weekly Cup 1 champions.
What a game, though. It felt very close. Both teams making mistakes. At the end of it, for some reason, there was a light. That light was named Jaywood. He was able to do what was necessary to create the room. I love what Kensho was trying. The demos and the bumps there looked good, but it became more and more erratic as time went by. The good control we saw from Kensho started falling away bit by bit as time went away. I gotta say, it was a very close series. It could have gone either way, I think, but it feels like MCon today just found those niches just that little bit better.
Yeah, I think MCOM, like, they really came back time and time again. They found their little details. They really improved on their rotation. They really showed why they wanted this. Always had an absolutely stellar performance. J-Wait had even an absolutely stellar performance. Even Noah on the other side. Noah had an absolutely insane game 5. That series was incredible. And them teams, they should both be very, very happy with what happened today. Ultimately, if you're the KB roster at this point, you've got to be like, okay, how did we throw that away at that point? But nonetheless, you can't take it away from anybody. What an incredible evening of action! A few incredible series on series. I don't know what you're supposed to say. I don't care at this point. It was intense. It was insane, and that was entertaining. That was entertaining AF to cast.
Yes, and with that, you can see that with Rocket League comes one very interesting thing. The team that on paper should be looking stronger, where here we would probably give that to Kensho. It doesn't matter. It shows it's all important how you show up on the day. And this day it was MCon Rotterdam Black Day. They got it past the defense. They got the goals they needed, and like a stellar performance from all three players and Jwitz in particular with the way he was playing. I gotta say, from all of us here at Rocket Core, I think thank you all for being here. And Mikey, would you want to take us away?
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
I've
and
been
mention challenge mode, of course.
yeah. So thank you to Challenger Mode for the sponsor and for having the bracket up for us, etc. Thank you to Mr. Sunderlad for production. Thank you guys for having me on. This is my first stream for Rocket Core, and it's been absolutely insane. This is my first final ever to cast in Rocket League, and I don't think I've ever had a more fun stream to cast. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, sir, for casting with me and for having entertainment with us once again, because you are an absolute legend. And that is gonna wrap it up tonight. GG's and congratulations to everybody who competed, and congratulations to MCOM Black for that victory. But that is going to be it from us, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Mikey. I've been joined by Adrian, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and good night.
Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some more. Oh, think it's empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with